Big Star Live with your host, Brian B. Barrett.
Hello and welcome to Texas Big Star Live. I'm your host, Brian B. Barrett, broadcasting live from the fabulous Horny Toad Bar and Grill right here in Cramples Gap, Texas. Wouldn't have it any other way. Welcome to September 2nd, 2017. We have a fabulous show lined up for you today. To my left, the one and only Drew Myers from the Defining Audacity radio show. But it's not just radio show anymore, is it, Drew?
No, it's a live audience show. It's a podcast now. It's turned into something pretty wonderfully great. Thanks for having me, Brian.
You're welcome. We understand how something kind of just begins to expand and gets more involved. Recently, we haven't been with you guys probably for at least a couple of weeks. And so let's catch you up to speed as what Texas Big Star has been doing. I guess backing up a little beyond 2 weeks, you know, we're involved in making a short film. Matt, our producer and director and all-around brain trust, has been working on that, and we're excited about letting you know that whole thing can turn into something really huge, especially when you're talking about film festivals and things of that nature, South by Southwest. But recently, as of a couple days ago, the Music Quest Singer-Songwriter Showdown we did, it was our first one ever. And it happened there in Stephenville at the Twisted J, which within that confounds are the Twist. And within that, there's a backyard. That whole complex is just kind of walk in. It's like going to an outlet mall. Anyway, it's really fun. We had a great time. It was a great turnout. Drew was there. What'd you think about the other night?
I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was great to showcase singer-songwriters from the area. I really enjoyed it.
It had this really cool vibe. It was all about, and I knew you could appreciate this, it was all about the songs and the songwriters. The focus was not necessarily on performance. It was all on about the song and about the creation of those. And I know in your realm, for your Defining Audacity show, that's really what you talk about. And you get in depth with those artists, and I think that's pretty cool.
Absolutely. We want to hear the story behind the music.
Yeah.
And you guys gave them the opportunity to do that. You allowed them to set their song up. You asked where the song came from, what was their motivation behind the song, which I think is great. And it makes the song come alive, to be honest with you.
Well, it gives you some backstory. Anytime you're dealing with a piece of art, you know, whether it be a Renoir, a Van Gogh, or a Willie Nelson, you'd love to know, I wonder where they got the idea for that. Where did the inspiration for that come from?
Absolutely.
And that's what the other night, Music Quest Singer-Songwriter Showdown was all about. And there were 7 contestants total, and we narrowed it down to the top 2, and the third is an alternate, just in case one of those top 2 can't make it to the finals in October 21st, which are going to be right here at the Horny Toad in Cramples Gap for Bacon Bash. If you've never heard of Bacon Bash, tell you what, just look it up, Bacon Bash. It is the largest bacon event, and I'm pretty sure, I feel pretty confident in saying this, in the U.S.
I think it is.
I think that's their new, kind of their new marketing thing, is this is the largest, they call it a bacon cook-off? Somewhere around. Hey, there's a Bacon Bash thing right there. What does that say? Right beside me is another one? Yeah. Pardon me while I walk off the set. Look at this. They had the second Saturday, Bacon Bash. Oh, here it is. Hang on. Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
It's the largest.
It is unbelievable.
It's the largest bacon, and it's upside down. Here we go. 5 reasons to attend. All the bacon you can eat. Now, wait a minute. I can eat a lot of bacon. Now, I may not feel that great afterwards, but that's a lot of bacon. All the bacon you can eat. What's number 2, Drew?
Awesome live music lineup.
And part of that live music lineup, folks, each one of these Music Quest Singer-Songwriter Showdowns that we do is going to have 2 finalists. Those 2 finalists are going to be coming to the finals for Bacon Bash. The winner of the finals gets to perform on the main stage that night at Bacon Bash. And somehow they cram over 2,000 people into the street, maybe a lot more this year. It just keeps getting huge.
You know, on the Defining Audacity radio show, we talk about life lists or bucket lists.
Yeah.
If going to a festival of some kind or eating a lot of bacon is on your life list, you need to be in Cranfield's Gap that particular weekend because it is unbelievable. It is a good time here. A lot of music, a lot of bacon, beer, wine. That's number 3 on that list.
Yeah.
It's an awesome experience.
It's really cool. And like Drew said, if your bucket list contains something of the nature of, I want to go to a place where I can eat all the bacon, the next thing on your bucket list needs to be a good cardiologist. I'm just saying. I'm looking out for you. You know why? Because Texas Big Star cares. We care for you. And that's not a lie. We're telling the truth. We do. All right. Number 4, Wild Live Auction. That's right. They do a live auction. And they have celebrities auctioning off stuff. And, of course, last, certainly not least, is it all benefits charity, worthy causes. And we'll be talking more about that in the weeks and months to come. But the finals, I got to tell you, is where the artists that win all these different regional competitions from Music Quest, they're going to be showing up at Bacon Bash. Drew, you know some of these artists.
Absolutely.
You showed up the other night. How many of those artists had you seen or heard before?
Well, Danny Sheffield, who finished second in the regional competition, who is actually going to be on today's show.
He is going to be on today's show.
He is a member of the Defining Audacity family. He's been on my radio show. And then Miss Terry Moore, the only female in the competition, will be a guest in October, an in-studio guest of mine in October. I knew the two of them.
We're going to bring Terry onto this show probably in the next couple of weeks. That's our plan.
And then right before that competition, I got to meet Matt Smith, who won the competition.
Right.
So I was able to hand Matt my card afterwards because we talked about anybody that wins a regional competition, we're going to get him on the Defining Audacity radio show.
Right.
So we're going to do that with Matt at some point, get him on my show.
You know, and that's the great thing about here in Texas, the community we have, and you've partnered with us and we partner with you more than likely to really give some press. There's some fabulous talent around here, not just the Hill Country. You expand out the Texas singer-songwriter landscape just blows my mind. For those of you who don't know, originally I'm from Nashville, and you've got that's a mecca for folks to come to from all over the world to be a part of songwriting. Texas is its own songwriting world right here. I mean, it's taking place, and there's like gold mine of talent, and you seem to be able to mine them out of there and get them. You know what I mean? And every artist wants that kind of exposure. They want to be out there and have someone go, "Hey, I tuned in. I heard." The first time I heard Drew's show it had to have been last October, maybe. No, it was February. It was February of this year, and I was like, "This is an interesting show." It was broadcast on KOME,
right?
And I thought, "This is a cool show. This guy's digging deep into these artists and their feelings and why they write these songs." And your guest was Jackie Darlene.
Fantastic singer-songwriter.
Oh, I was just like, "You got to be kidding me!" I was like, "Man, this is a great show." And so kudos to you. You're doing something that I know the artists have to appreciate. They have to appreciate it. They have to love that. And it gives them a different kind of forum rather than standing up in front of an audience. A lot of times they can't go in depth because it's a lot of talking. A lot of folks are there to hear music. So you're giving them a platform and a voice in a different realm that helps them, dig a little deeper and let the consumers kind of go, and it relates.
So many singer-songwriters have come on the show and appreciate what we're doing, appreciate the questions that we're asking.
I bet.
They say so many times they go into a radio station and it's, tell me about the single that's out, tell me about the next single that's coming out, where are you touring next, or when's the next album going to drop? Yeah, we want to know about that stuff.
It's
but
important.
We want to hear their story. We want to hear what makes them tick. We want to hear the story behind each individual song. So yes, we dig deeper and we ask the hard questions. And every single person that's come on my show has embraced that and appreciated that. And that's what we learn. That's huge for me. I love that.
You've got, and just for those who may just now be tuning in, you're watching Texas Big Star Live, broadcasting live from the fabulous Horny Toad Bar and Grill in Cranfield's Gap, Texas. Owen and Sandy, the proprietors, may they live long and prosper as proprietors. Wonderful folks. And we're talking with Drew Myers right now. the creator, author, and brainchild behind a great show called Defining Audacity. Where can folks find your show? What's the best place to go to?
There's several different ways. DefiningAudacityRadioshow.com is a great place to start because that'll get you to our podcast, that'll get you to our Facebook page, that'll get you to our Instagram page.
DefiningAudacityRadioshow.com. DefiningAudacityRadioshow.com. That gets you to all the stuff.
Yeah, get you to everything. Or you can just go to Facebook and type in Defining Audacity. You'll find our Facebook page that way. Or you can go wherever you get your podcast from. iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spreaker, and type Defining Audacity.
You say Stitcher, Spreaker?
Stitcher or Spreaker, another outlet for podcasts. Check them out there.
I can't. It's not like Twitch and Streaker.
Our 2-year anniversary show will run tomorrow. 2 years of the Defining Audacity radio show.
2 years.
Yes, sir.
Well, and like you said, one of the guests you've had on there before that you knew of was a guy named Danny Sheffield.
Yes, sir.
Who's going to be on the show today, by the way. He's going to be our musical guest in just a moment. But before then, Marvelous Matthews here.
Yeah.
Marvelous Matthews.
Anytime you walk up, there's no telling what Brian's going to sing at you.
I didn't get an introduction like that.
Well, it's because he
like
still
you.
likes you. That's code for here's the son of a gun that
Gotcha.
I got to put up with right now. So
Well, you guys have been. I've been out of the corner of my eye. It's like it's Wimbledon going on over there. Man, there's a lot of ball boys just floating, throwing, bouncing at the net. What's been going on over there? Can you tell us?
the thing is real interesting because
There's another
if we
red
don't-
light going on.
If we don't, thank you, buddy. I don't. You can put that Coke over there.
Actually, is it still some in it? Yeah.
He's going to take my Coke.
No,
All right.
I'm gonna. There's none left in here.
It's one of those things. You know this. There's a lot of things that happen during the production of any kind of media thing, especially
No doubt.
live stuff, right?
No doubt.
Nothing ever goes wrong. I don't ever know about it.
It's interesting because, a lot of times you'll see an artist get off the stage and they're frustrated about something that wasn't right in the monitor mix because that impacts your performance,
Yes.
or there's something that didn't go right. But the audience never has any idea. So the general wisdom is just don't talk about it because nobody noticed anyhow.
Yeah.
So you're asking me what's going on behind right now, and
Yeah.
I don't know how to answer that because it's not good.
And that's why the talk show hosts live longer than the producers.
Yeah,
You guys have to have, like I said, a good cardiologist on your bucket list. Just the stress level. See, right past this 4-pack of the wonderful sweet nectar of life, the Dublin.
There's
Right
stuff.
past that is the stress zone. We're out of that, Drew.
Oh, I like this area a lot better.
Nice,
trust me.
isn't it? Now it's warmer here in the lights, but
It is warmer in here, lights.
get over where the darkness is.
I want to
Stress.
personally say I'm sorry for how warm it is right now because I have not trained the crew appropriately to walk in and turn the air conditioner on. We were like an hour and a half into this before I realized the guys did not turn the air
The
conditioner
sweat
on.
was dripping off your nose.
It's
that
like, why
reminded
is
you?
it so warm in
It
here?
doesn't feel
It's
that
like nobody
warm
ever
here to
turned the
me.
air.
I mean,
Well,
you
have-
jog though, Ron. How many miles a week do you jog?
I have a running streak of over 6 years, at least 1 mile a day. So
We don't sweat up here, man.
yeah, I'm good.
Are
It feels-
you
it feels-
kidding
it feels-
me?
it feels nice up here.
That's serious, man. That's awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah, I can't. That just
No excuses. Doesn't matter how late it is, how early it is, how dark it is, how drunk I am. It doesn't matter. Let's ride.
I don't know about that last one. That sounds like it
dedicated.
could
Had
be
to do
dangerous.
it in New Orleans, Louisiana. I was on a business trip down there.
Okay, I'm going to bring some credence. $20 word.
To running drunk? Is that what you're getting ready to do?
Yes.
Okay. I have to.
I was on a flight from Washington State back to Tennessee. The article in Whatnot magazine for the airline was about that more and more American. This guy did a whole study, and he said that they're doing more physical activity while they're loaded than ever before in our history.
Is this? But you're saying this like it's a good thing.
No, he was just saying. He was just saying, given their activity and the use of alcohol, just loosens people up. In their inebriation, they are actually doing more exercise than they did all week.
Except
on a
for they
weekend
need to
bender.
do that extra exercise to
That's
burn
true.
off whatever
But
they
and
just
so he
began.
kept track of some guys and went, "Wow, do you realize if you do this during the week?" Of course, but they're just, people get crazy.
So the answer to your question from before is like, I'm going to go completely against general advice, not telling anybody about what didn't go right. Because I just don't really care. I don't care if people know. We had an international guest lined up, one of my favorite people, somebody near and dear to your heart.
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to make it with us. He's in Indonesia.
Johnny Marciano.
Yeah, so I was going to name his name. Johnny wasn't able to make it today. Yeah, he was going to make it with us today. He's in Bali, and I was really excited about that because he is very in tune with two things, very in tune with the horny toad. He's really into motorbikes, and the other day he showed me he had like 50 guitars in his house, like nice ones.
He's been collecting for a long time.
He's a player. I mean, he's like one of my absolute favorite guitar players. And so he's not making it. And then we have some technical issues with our chat machine that helps us do the other chats. So we were going to have Mac Abernathy on. We were going to have Miriam on. My wife is in Canada right now doing this massive road trip, driving across about half of Canada right now.
Yeah.
And she was going to be on with us, and that's not happening. So, hey, Jake, did you see any... did she send any emails yet that we could actually show? She's on a road trip. Your wife been on a road trip with her best friend, or?
No, but my wife's a flight attendant, so she's gone all the time.
She's road trip all the
She's
time.
road tripping.
She's tripping.
Yes, she is tripping, for sure.
So we were going to do that, and then there's a couple other things. So, yeah, it's very interesting right now.
Does that mean I just get to talk more?
Well, kind of.
I just got to fill in? All right. Come on.
It's just one of those things. So, I mean, that was some of that flurry. So I apologize for not getting some of your information. Brian knows how to wing it at different levels today. I mean, we've been working on this stuff. You've been talking about Music Quest, right? I think I heard that. So
we're still kind of in that vein. We haven't gotten to the first question of the day.
Well,
today's question. But
before we actually get fully back into Music Quest,
sure.
We have a guest I wanted to invite over, and has nothing to do with Music Quest. But he's been on our show before. Mike
Yes, he has.
Resnick, would you like to join us, sir?
Mike Resnick.
Can you slide this way just a little
Yeah,
bit
you
so we
bet.
can
Come
slide
on
in?
over, Mike.
Drew,
What's up,
this is Mike.
Hey, Mike. Drew Myers, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
And get yourself a microphone there.
There we go.
Tell this gentleman and everybody else who you are and where you're from and why you're here.
Well, I'm originally from Ukraine, then I moved to USA, and now I'm in Kenya, in Africa, for the last 2 years, doing some charity work.
He does transformingafrica.info. It's a website that talks about the stuff he's doing, and he works with a number of things, including orphanages and some other stuff that if you check out, you probably think is a good idea.
That's great.
So how did you end up in Cranfield's Gap? I mean,
This guy invited me, so.
oh, okay. Gotcha.
We've known each other. We met each other back probably 7-8 years ago in Turkey.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, we were at the same conference a number of years in a row.
Yeah.
And so we have mutual friends that introduced us, and then we stayed in touch. And I said, if you're ever in town, if you're ever in the States, swing by and we'll hang out. So he did that.
He swung by.
Well, we're going to do an event. He's going to talk about what he's doing work-wise Monday night here in Clifton. So we set up a meeting. There's an article in the paper locally. It talks about what's going on. It's really cool. So he's doing work too. But I mean, the thing is that he was on our show. We were trying to figure out when it was.
It was like January, February, probably.
But he was one of our international guests when he was in Kenya.
Usually we're talking to him on the screen
Yeah, so
internationally.
so we love it when people move from there to here. You've never been on there. This is
No,
your first,
I'm looking at that, wondering what.
Oh, right
there-
now what
there
you're seeing,
is.
this is the chat
Oh, I'm
stream.
sorry. That's usually where the picture of the person we're doing video chat with is up above.
Yeah.
But since that's not working, remember that thing I said earlier?
Yeah.
That it wasn't working? There's no face there.
What
Who
this
is really
is-
Steph?
This is this chat stream. What you're looking at now is mostly our crew speaking with one other person, maybe two. Rock and Josh is here, and they chat back and forth. They'll comment on what we're talking about, and we'll look at their chat and kind of go, "Hey," and we'll respond to that.
Cool.
So they're watching, but They're not speaking. They're typing.
Brian's
It's
favorite thing
fancy
about
gadgetry.
Brian's favorite thing about all of this is how we'll be doing a show, trying our best to do something entertaining, and you look up and they're having some conversation. They're not paying attention
Yeah,
to us.
completely
They're
different.
having a fantastic time,
Which means
but
we're
they're
not trying our
it's not
best to be
because of
entertaining.
us. It's a study in humility.
Which is why, once again, I brought the ping pong net.
Oh, you do?
So
You got
yeah. We have tabletop tennis talk. It's 4Ts. Maybe we could do a little tournament, tabletop tennis talk tournament. Hey, we can do a T5 happening today, right?
You know, I'm telling you, when you and Barry did that a couple of weeks ago, I was impressed. You guys were able to converse and keep the ball going, and I thought to myself, not just everybody could pull that off. I'm not saying they could or couldn't, but I'm saying the level of difficulty was.
We think you're
pretty
right,
high.
but we're going to try every time to see if there's someone who can't pull it off. Yeah.
We want our guests to enjoy being here. So I mean,
It's more enjoyable than playing ping pong while you're
Yeah,
talking to each other.
All right. So Music Quest, Mike was at okay. I
Mike
still
was
have a
there
hard
too.
time. Why do you go by Mike? Because that's not your name.
Is it Mikhail?
Well, officially, by passport, it's Mikhailo.
How do you say it?
Mikhailo.
Mikhaila.
Yeah. Then the short name in Ukraine, it was Misha.
It was Misha.
Yes, but when I moved to USA, for some people, they prefer to use Mike. It's easier, I guess.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's definitely
that's
from.
why I changed it actually to actually Mikhailo. It means Mike.
Okay.
So it's not like I changed a
Yeah,
name.
Mikhail.
Right.
Just American way of saying.
Okay.
Right.
Well, it's just still weird for me to call you Mike. Every time I
I'm
do it,
sorry.
it's just. I mean, it's fine. I just, it is easier. But
Hey,
Especially right now in Africa, it's super easy for them to call me Mike.
Right.
Right.
When I lived in Poland, there was no Polish equivalent to Brian, and so they all had. One of my friends, his name was Przemek, Pschemek, Przemek, but I call him Shimo. It was just easier, right? He said, Brian, there is no equivalent for your name in Polish. I said, well, what were you close to? And he was this guy with his buddies and went, it's Bronek.
Bronek?
Bronek.
A Bronek.
Bronek.
does that mean anything?
I think it means really
You don't
handsome and
know.
strong.
I was going to go a different direction.
Never heard it.
Do you speak any other language? English?
English, Ukrainian, Russian.
So how close is Ukrainian and Russian? They 90%.
Don't ask me that question.
No. It's a loaded question. I know this. That's why I'm asking.
I would say
you.
different. I will give you the answer. The Ukrainian more close to Polish than to Russian.
It is.
Okay. Well, okay. So is it like 50? It's like 50%.
Well, for me, there is many of similar words and everything in sentences even. But like, let's say people who have not grew up in the Soviet Union times, they don't speak Russian.
right.
They don't get it so much Russian. Or Russians who never been in Ukraine, they don't get it Ukrainian also. So it's kind of, for me, it sounds similar, but people who never heard it, they would say it's similar, but it's not so much.
So, do you remember Ruslan? He was a translator at the conference that you and I were at for a number of years. But I think Russ, he's been on our show multiple times. He lived in Kyrgyzstan for a while. He's currently in Kazakh, right? But he's Russian, okay? But if you guys were speaking something other than English, you would be speaking Russian.
Yes.
You would. That's what you would go
Yeah, the
for.
post-Soviet Union countries is like 15 countries.
Right.
The language that we can each understand is Russian.
Right.
But when we talk about the younger generation, in some countries, they don't speak Russian anymore.
Right.
Like if you go to Kyrgyzstan or Kazakhstan, the young people, young generations, they don't use so much Russian anymore. So I would say Russian language is losing the influence in that area of the world, of the globe.
True.
Right.
When we were there, we taught English conversation classes. And the parents of the students there in Krakow, they spoke Russian, but the students didn't. This is 15 years ago. They
Well,
wanted to learn other languages.
I think that politically, if we can talk about the politics, Russia did enough so people would like to stop speaking Russian.
You think?
So
That was very nice way of saying that.
I'm trying to be nice. I'm on TV now, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, our friend Russ from his name is not Russ either. It's Ruslan. So.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate you very delicately answering my question. I do. I appreciate that. But I mean, it's interesting because when you start talking about what are we doing?
Proving that it's live. Someone said, "Is this live?"
Hey, Jake's waving above Mike's head.
Where is that?
I feel pretty alive.
Maybe they got a frozen pick. So no, it's when Russ is on here. We talk a lot about the influences. And, let me just stop there. When we were on these conferences together and working with a lot of these translators, I always tended to apologize for everybody having to speak English because they spoke like 3 or 4 languages, and the only thing I could speak is English. So, and they were like, "No, don't worry about it." He says, "Because we can speak English and it's truly the international language, we can talk to all these different people." So they were very, very appreciative of.
That was our experience teaching English over in Poland. The students
traveled much?
wanted to learn English.
Internationally at all?
No, not internationally, no.
So you speak any other languages?
I took 4 semesters of Spanish, and I can ask you where the bathroom is and for a beer.
Okay,
That's it.
cool.
Money well spent.
Those go together.
They do, actually. They get you in a lot
Eventually.
of situations.
Yeah, eventually they do.
But I mean, I this joke is so old, and I tell it so many times, but I just want Americans to know the joke. You know what? Somebody who speaks 3 languages is trilingual. Somebody who speaks 2 languages is bilingual. Somebody who speaks 1 language is
Lazy?
an American.
No.
I mean, it's an old joke. I mean, I've told it like 90
It's true
times.
sometimes.
It's true a lot.
It depends
I mean,
on it.
Yeah.
Depends
I
on the
mean,
American.
It
Yeah.
depends. So you are here because we invited you. Are you taking a selfie?
Yes.
Okay. So Mike is here because we invited him, and he's been on the show before. And so we love having people who've been from overseas come actually be on the show. He's not a musician. You're not a musician,
I'm
are you?
not. I'm far from that.
So I just wanted to apologize for the fact that this show is going to be so heavy on music. I'm assuming you like music. You had an album that we just made some copies of.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. I mean, these guys don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Tell us what you and I just made some copies of. It's kind of cool.
Well, what I'm usually always trying to do to present, let's say I'm working everything in Africa. I'm trying to present African culture, tradition, some life use maybe to America. So we have some schools over there, like beside the orphanages, we trying to, I would say, equip people for the better life, I would say. So we had a group of the students, the first group of the class last summer, and the second was on the spring. So we get the best of them who are the singers, I would say, possibly, if you can call that. And we made it CD, the African 6 languages or dialects of the tribes, the music one, 10 songs on different languages. So
Wow,
Kids singing.
that's great.
Were there adults in there singing, or are they all kids?
It was adults.
Okay.
It was
Oh,
not,
it wasn't the kids.
No.
I thought I heard some kids singing on one of the songs.
Maybe they sound like, but no.
Okay. Very light voice, but I mean, there were a couple of songs in English. But
One
most,
song in
Okay,
English.
okay. Because I was going through them, listening to them, but it's really kind of cool. But I was
have it
like,
here?
dude, no, I don't have it with me. I should have. If I'd have thought, if I'd had sleep, it would have been. So the thing is that you. That's all from your group, and it's all the 6 different dialects or languages. And I asked you a very important question and embarrassed you, and I'm going to do it in front of all these people,
Okay.
all 5 of the people that are watching right now. You don't know what the songs say, do you?
I guess a little bit. But I don't.
Have you ever produced any CDs? Or have you ever worked on like producing a CD
sir.
with an artist?
No, sir.
You ought to do that sometime. I mean, you ought to work with somebody who's doing. I mean, from a music industry standpoint, from what I know about you, the whole process of doing a collection and working through that and something that people listen to, I think you might find you're like a lifelong learner.
Absolutely. I would love to be a fly on the wall during the studio session and when they're producing an album. I'd love to just sit in.
You'll be right
So,
at home in
okay.
some of the studios I've been in. Then,
Just another fly
what
on
are you
the wall.
trying to
hey, whose
say, Brian?
nachos are these from a month ago? Let me grab this one chip and pick up the whole basket.
So I will say this: Brian and I did not discuss this. Nobody's discussed this, but because of what you just said, you ought to seriously consider one of the prizes from the singer-songwriter competition. So whoever wins the thing, we're going to do a full day in the studio with them, and then maybe do a music video with them. Maybe we can work it out where you can come hang out with us when we record.
Sure, that'd be great. I'd love to.
I mean, have you done that before?
No,
I mean,
sir.
You need to. I mean, because of who you are and what you do and your love for music, you need to do that.
Cool. Yeah, I'd love to.
Behind
Thank you for the
scenes kind
invitation.
of stuff. Yeah.
It'll be fun. You're so serious. So,
I used to be that way.
so
I mean, I am. I'm serious about what we're doing here. It's professional.
It's
It's
interesting.
relaxed. The first couple of months was like, now it's like, okay, yeah. It comes.
Well,
You get
it's
used to
interesting when you know about Jerry Seinfeld's reputation is he's very, very serious about being funny.
it. He is.
And I would say this about you: you're very, very serious about your music, very serious about your music, and yet it looks like you're just having a good time most of the time.
Yeah.
How's that work?
Well, literally, you have to enjoy what you're doing, but also you have to know the psychology of the audience, knowing what let them feel like you're having a good time. They're going to feel whatever you're feeling, and that's true. It's just honest.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. Folks are coming into the Toad more and more today. Beautiful day. I mean,
Pretty decent crew.
If I had a bike, I'd probably be out on it, driving it over to John Marciano's to put in his living room.
We were talking. Well, you weren't up here when we were talking about Johnny Marciano.
Did he say he's got? Yeah, I got bikes. They're in my living room.
I think he said they're in his living room. He said he didn't have any American bikes though. They were all
Running out
like
of space over in.
Molly. Right?
Yeah. Well, that's where he's at right now.
Oh,
that's where he lives.
Oh, yeah, he's back in Bali. Yeah.
So I think I just wanted people to know who Mike was, and he's going to be hanging out with us today. Just welcome. Thanks for being here with us.
Hey, Matt.
If you guys have any questions, what do you got?
You wanted to see pictures?
Hey, you got some pictures? Yeah.
What do they have?
I don't know.
Oh,
That's Miriam.
Miriam is in Canada.
In Vermont?
What part of Canada she be in right now?
They're headed east. They are headed. They were in Winnipeg. The lady that was with Miriam there is a good friend of ours, and she was playing.
Yeah.
She's one of the musicians in Phantom of the Opera,
Yes,
the
she
traveling troupe. And Miriam flew up, and they are doing a road trip over to Boston, across eastern Canada, and then headed down south. So she's going to be gone, and we were going to do a little video chat with them, but I think they're in the middle of nowhere. And then at their end, I don't think it would have worked. And then the technology stuff we have going on here today, it wouldn't have worked. So she sent us a picture. So she was one of our guests today. And Mac was going to be our other guest. I'm going to get some details from Mac, and we'll share them later in the show. But Mac is going to be at the Toad tonight. Mac Abernathy was one of our judges at
Yeah, he's going to be here.
So tell everybody about Mac judging and why it was important that he was one of our judges.
Well, Mac has been doing singer-songwriter stuff and been in the industry as a musician, as a touring musician, songwriter for, goodness, a long time.
A very long
I have
time.
never asked, hey, when did you start? Because I'm sure he started, well, he even said the other night, we picked up a guitar in high school
Right.
and moved into a certain new school and thought, well, everybody plays guitar, man. But not everybody did, so he knew it was a little bit different, and so he. But as a musician who's got a real nice tour bus and that mobile stage that he can just pull anywhere, flop open, and he's got instant concert.
You seen that stage?
It's a pretty
from
cool
you
stage.
being around, Mac?
It was the one at Bacon Bash last year. I don't know if you were here.
right.
they pull up and
It's a tractor trailer size.
Yes, I have seen that.
Stage.
Yeah, that's Max.
Roof pops up.
Oh, wow, it's cool.
Plug in, go. It was important for him because of his experience. One,
Yeah, that is the thing.
bottom line, his experience, has done records, done videos, and knows a good song.
Yeah, he does.
And it's just
He did a song for us. He actually sang the song that we did the music video for him.
Hello Nashville.
Yeah, if you go out on YouTube and do a search for Mac Abernathy and Hello Nashville, you can see a music video. Have you seen that? Did we ever send you a link to it?
No, sir.
We produced that for him back in January.
That's about the time we produced it then. I think we shot it in November, something like that.
No, it was in January. It was right before Morgan's wedding. We shot it, and then we produced it in February. It was
You're right.
pretty busy time. But, I mean, I'll get you a link. It's good. We'll try to put a link up somewhere online. But yeah, Mac was there, and we were going to have him call in today and give us all the details because he's playing here at the Toad tonight. And we always want to encourage people to know about that and come see him. It's fun. I mean, he's a good showman. I mean, he writes songs, he plays music, but he's also an entertainer, which is super important. So I'm going to step aside and go find our musical guest and then bring him over and maybe get rolling along those lines.
Yeah, bring him over. Start doing the tune-up thing there.
Sounds good to me.
Sound set for him.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it.
Matt Wallace, everybody, producer, director of TexasBigStar.tv and the properties thereof, including this one, Texas Big Star Live. And we're happy to have Mike Resnick and Drew Myers with us. And you know what it's time for, guys?
What's up?
It is time for you to have a Dublin. Now, if you're watching your calories, I can understand. Have you ever had a Dublin soda?
Oh,
These, yeah, we have some on ice.
He said,
too.
oh.
Yeah, he said, oh.
Oh.
Yeah, we usually, let's do that. Let's have some Dublins. Yeah, we can get some. Yeah, we have some on ice. What flavor do you think?
What's the go-to? What do you like?
Well, we do. They have Dublin has a great root beer. Dublin Bottling Works, folks. Our sponsors, one of our sponsors here at Texas Big Star Live. Fantastic stuff. Fantastic stuff.
Do they have a root beer?
They do have a root beer.
I'll take a root beer.
Root beer is great.
whatever you pick for me.
Okay. Do you like peach? Do you like orange? Do you like grape? Anything?
The fruits I do like, but the drink, we'll see.
The what? The food you do like? What?
The fruits I do.
The fruits.
Yeah, but the drink, we'll see.
We'll see. Okay, I'll give you something fruity. Well, talk amongst yourselves for just a moment. Okay. I'm going to go grab a couple of cold ones.
Cool.
Sure. How long are you here, Mike?
Oh, I just get here on Thursday, so
Okay.
2 days, and I will be here till Tuesday. So on Tuesday I'm leaving back.
And then you go back to Kenya after that?
No, I'm going to California.
Okay.
I'm actually totally will be in Africa or in US for 3 months now, till November, and then I'm going back to Kenya.
And what are you doing while you're in the United States? Is it work related or is it?
It's kind of like related to what I do in Africa. Like my job is to present what I do, invite people to partner with me in the projects we do in Kenya.
So you're raising money?
I would say yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So give me the elevator speech. Tell me what you do in Africa. Maybe I want to invest.
Oh, okay. We have orphanages.
Okay.
I have 39 kids.
How many?
39.
39?
Yeah, kids
Okay.
right now. So it's like fully orphans under our like total support and everything, like schooling, like everything, what kids need actually.
Yes,
Thank you. So then we do the training programs, and we do the church planting, and we do the street kids. Like there is hundreds of thousands of the orphans, and there is many of them who lives on the streets. It's like, the worst kids ever you will see probably in some point. So we're trying to help them and feed them and kind of help them to get back to the normal life or life in the future, I would say, because the life they have right now, there is no future, there is no education, bunch of diseases, drugs, and everything. So they need some, I would say, help probably from our side to get a chance in the life.
Is it a helpless situation? Is it a hopeless situation? Or will these kids be okay once you guys do your thing?
After we done our thing, what we see for now, we can see the results. Like let's say sometimes we take the orphans from to the orphanage. So and we can see like months later or 2 weeks later, the first time they start smiling.
That's cool.
It's kind of simple result, but like when you see the child arrive into your orphanage, they never seen a toy, they never used a toothpaste, they never had a shower, and they see the toys, they hit the toy with a stick because they're afraid of the toy. They see the shower, they're afraid of the water because they never had one. And then like a couple of weeks later, you can see the kids start playing with the toys. They start smiling, taking shower, cleaning the teeth. Like it's
the little things. That's
yeah, the little
unbelievable.
thing, but you can see the result like almost right away, like in a couple of weeks. The simple results.
Wow.
Mike, where's a place that folks can find your information online? And give us that URL again.
Transforming Africa at info.
TransformingAfrica.info.
Info.
TransformingAfrica.info.
Yeah, you can find us. We have a channel on YouTube. We have Facebook page and everything. So
Awesome. Well, folks, if you're just now tuning in, you're watching Texas Big Star Live. We do broadcast live right here from the Horny Toad Bar and Grill in Cramples Gap, Texas. And our musical guest today is one of the winners of the Music Quest Singer-Songwriter Showdown that we had the other night in Stephenville, and Mr. Danny Sheffield. Danny, how are you?
Good.
All right.
How are you?
I'm doing well, sir.
Can I ask him some question?
Sure,
no.
why not?
Are you nervous?
Not you again.
Are you nervous?
Not too bad, no.
That's good. Just do your thing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a great job the other night. I thought we had lots of kudos and compliments on your performance. So,
Right on.
what are you going to sing for us now?
The first one I'm going to do is the one I did the other night,
Yeah.
Fistful of Ashes. So
Fistful of Ashes. I remember
good way
that.
to start off, get everything loosened up. So
I hear you. Yeah, do your thing.
All right,
Ladies and
ready?
gentlemen, Mr. Danny Sheffield.
I got moans in my head, and I got bones on my mind. And they speak of the ones who went before. Yeah, I took it on home, and the bleeding heart's in store. But it's alright, yeah, little girl's gonna be alright. There's a storm on the way. It crawls night and day. There's a fever in the air. Yeah, like a wicked woman's mother's evil stare. But it's alright, yeah, little girl's gonna be alright. All you save, all you hide away, it's gonna burn like a sin that you done in the midday sun. Throw it up in the air like a fistful of ashes. Come one, come on. The tower on the hill's gonna trip and fall. When you hear that wolf knocking at your door, you know the blood's gonna pour like rain on the killing floor. But it's alright, yeah, little girl, it's gonna be alright. All you save, all you hide away, it's gonna burn like a sin that you done in the midday sun. Throw it up in the air like a fistful of ashes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Full of Ashes. Wow. So the other night, you played that song.
Yes, sir.
It was probably the only bluesy kind of song that was presented that evening.
Right.
And it really stood out. And I asked you, what was the inspiration behind the song? And your answer was?
The Book of Job.
The Book of Job.
Well, the Fistful of Ashes, there was a part where I hadn't read it in a while, but in my mind, I'm seeing him sitting, on the ground, pouring ashes over his head.
Ashes,
so it's kind of in that respect, it's kind of he was in mourning or whatever. So, and the lyrics in the song are kind of foreboding of things.
Apocalyptic in nature.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I wouldn't, going real hard on that, but it was just a fun spin.
Yeah,
so.
It is. It is.
Yes, sir.
That's enjoyable. You got another song for us?
Yeah, this other one I'm going to do is called 7 Inches of Rain. And I grew up around here, and I was coming actually from coming over through Iredell to go to Ferry to do a job, if you know where Ferry's at. Anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways, the river was up. The Bosque River was up because we've been getting a bunch of rain at that time. So that kind of, bing, And then about working, working outside and can't work when it's all wet. And it kind of, people are dealing with that down south right now. More so, I mean, way more than I've ever, I can't imagine. Yeah. But anyways, it's just about life. But it was inspired directly by the Bosque River over in Iredell.
The old Bosque. All right, well, lay it on us. Danny Sheffield, 7 Inches of Rain.
7 inches of rain and the tank is full. The whole backyard is a swimming pool. Lord knows we need it. I can't go to work 'cause I work outside. Got bills to pay, shoes to buy. But I know we'll make it. And so I stay at home with the wife and kids and do the things I always miss when I'm out working. Oh, life's too short to trouble your mind. Take it slow, enjoy the ride. 'Cause you never know what tomorrow brings. A lump of coal or a diamond ring. Yeah, whatever rolls your way, it's gonna be alright. Just the other day by the Cooper place was a redhead man with a broke down face and a blown out tire. He didn't have a spare, so I gave him a ride. He didn't have any dough, so I bought him a tire. He was grateful. Short was a load, but that's alright, 'cause I made a friend for life. And those are hard to come by. Oh, life's too short to trouble your mind. Take it slow, enjoy the ride. 'Cause you never know what tomorrow brings. A lump of coal or a diamond ring. Yeah, whatever rolls your way, it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright when the day is through. 'Cause when you're living right, it's gonna come to you. Yeah, whatever rolls your way, it's gonna be alright. And I was talking to Mom on the telephone a year ago today. Her daddy went home. We sure do miss him. 1 world war and 4 grown kids. Had 85 good long years. Know the Lord was with him. And he'll always live in our memories. The summer days, the live oak trees. No, life is precious. Oh, and it's too short to trouble your mind. Take it slow, enjoy the ride. 'cause you never know what tomorrow brings. A lump of coal or a diamond ring. Yeah, whatever rolls your way, it's gonna be alright. Whatever rolls your way, it's gonna be alright. Seven inches of rain.
That's great, man.
Good stuff, brother.
Yeah,
Instinct.
that's great.
Yep.
Tell you what, place your guitar down if you would, and come have a seat right here. Let's talk a little bit.
Hey, that's a good-looking guitar too, man.
Thank you, sir.
It's
How
got
old is that?
Got a
15
couple
minutes?
holes in it.
He just got it.
Yeah, I did last night.
Really?
Yeah, I came on UPS from Pennsylvania.
All the way from PA.
Yep.
Yeah, that's we talked earlier. I picked up his guitar. It's got, those of you who are watching, and obviously if you're watching this, you probably saw Danny, but it's got that little teardrop shaped offset hole up here, but it also has one at the top on the side of the guitar, the top side, which is I'd never seen, but it makes sense.
I like it.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's really
So when you
cool.
played Fistful of Ashes, was that the first song ever played on it?
No,
Did
actually.
you play something last night?
Yeah, I did. What was it? Hallelujah. With the what you call it? I'm drawing a blank. Anyways, the Cohen song.
Oh, the one that Jeff Buckley made famous.
Yeah, Jeff Buckley. That's
Yeah,
what I was trying
but
to
the
think
Cohen
of.
song, yeah.
But that was the first song I ever did on it.
Yeah.
So
They say when you get a new guitar, you got to write a new song.
I'm working on it actually. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. We got several on the back burner. They're stewing, you know.
Yeah.
Some chicken and dumplings or something. They're over there melding,
Yeah.
smelling good.
So you're from this area.
Yes, sir.
Whereabouts exactly? I know we talked.
Meridian.
Meridian
most-
originally?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I was born in Fort Worth, moved
Yeah.
around, up and down 174 with Burleson, Cleburne, Joshua. Ended up in Meridian. So
Ah.
anyhow, yeah, I'm from the area. Actually, as a crow flies, it's probably about maybe 8-10 miles to our property over here.
Yeah.
So
Okay, over that direction.
yeah, towards
Towards Mustang?
kind of the state park. Yeah, Mustang.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You want a Dublin soda? I'll get you one. What flavor?
What
Root beer
flavor?
sounds good.
Root beer?
What's-
They're
root beer?
making
You got
the
it.
root beer. If not, check
Their
the-
original's good too. I like that.
Yeah, they don't make the original anymore.
Oh, it's
However,
called something.
it is called it's called a Red Cola.
Red Cola.
from their
exactly.
1893 series.
Yeah, it took some to
It's
work.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
It is. Have you had it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's great stuff.
Very good. Yeah, I've got my little mini fridge at work stocked up now, so I've been
You do
sampling.
that. That's one thing we forgot to mention. The other night, our top 3 folks from the Songwriter Showdown from Music Quest took home an entire sampler case of Dublin soda, and that in itself, for me, is priceless. But and you get to drink them and figure out which one you like.
Yeah, I got plenty of time till October.
And then at the finals, they get to choose which one is their favorite and get a whole case of that particular Dublin product. Which
Yeah, I haven't picked out my finalist yet, but
yeah,
I will.
they make a killer root beer. Dublin Bottling Works. Look them up, folks. DublinBottlingWorks.com and order you some. Order you one. Order you 3. Order you a lot. Especially if you like quality sodas. And they make good mixers. They mix well with a cup and ice. They mix well with your stomach. So I don't even have to have them on ice. And I have to watch, unlike Drew, I don't do a mile running a day. I try and cram it in about 3 or 4 times a week. Sometimes just walk in, sometimes. But they do make a sugar-free root beer, which is actually really good too. Incredible, yeah. And it is probably it's caffeine-free. And
Hold on. So why would you drink soda if it didn't have any sugar and it didn't have any caffeine?
Oh, I didn't say I drank it. I said it's available.
Just sounds a little
option.
Some
like
folks,
a waste of time to me.
Well, it's all about the flavor. I
is it?
would think. That's what they tell me. I don't drink, diet drinks too much. But how you liking the peach, Mike? The
It's not bad. It's
the
good.
Texas peach
Yeah,
is
it feels like kind of real.
feels kind of real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It,
Not so fake.
Yeah, it doesn't
The taste
taste
is-
like peach candy. It tastes kind of like a real peach. Yeah.
And the people at Dublin Bottling Works are now using that in their marketing.
That's right. Mike says it tastes kind of real.
Tastes kind of real.
Make a great
Mike
T-shirt.
from the Ukraine says
They'll send
it
your
tastes kind of real.
they'll send your check in the mail, man.
Can I
Oh.
say something more so the check will be better, bigger?
What's that?
Can I say something more, you think, so the check can be bigger
Yeah,
than that?
absolutely. Just keep talking, and they'll just use it. They'll use it
More
all in their
comments
marketing.
from Mike.
Can I have my second drink then?
Second drink, $10, $20. So Drew, you've spoken with Danny before. He's been on the show before.
He has, yes, sir. He's a member of the Defining Audacity family, a card-carrying member.
He actually.
So are you, actually?
Yes, I am. I can say that I do carry your card, and I'm not sure what the membership benefits are, but I'm
Well, here
willing.
it is.
I'm
It's
willing
funny
to try.
you ask. Here it is. You need anything, all you guys have to do is ask. That's it. And we have some
like
cool
this guy.
people in that family, too.
That's some pretty cool people. That's some pretty cool.
Come on, Sheffield. What do you need? I'll get it for you. Let's ride.
$1 million.
$1 million.
Aim high.
You know what I'm thinking? And this would be a good. Matt and I were talking. It was Matt's. Matt's always coming up with great ideas, and I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag, Matt. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag. But you were talking yesterday morning. Drew knows so many artists, and yeah, I won't say anything, but there's just such a pool of talent. Wouldn't it be a wonderful thing to talk about that some more on the show right now?
We have an idea, Drew.
We have an idea, Drew.
Obviously.
Yeah. Anyway, I've been telling Drew I've been wanting to put together a kind of this little super group of songwriters.
Ooh.
Got to think of a name of them. Remember me talking about that?
Absolutely.
And do you sing harmony?
Man, I wish.
You wish? Well, I do.
It'd have
And
to.
so-
Well, yeah. Okay.
You do a little bit, right?
Yeah. Enough.
Enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have to work at it, but
Well, that's,
it's an art, really.
it is. Yeah.
Almost a gift. It's almost beyond art.
So I can thank the church choir from the time I was about 10, singing with the altos and having to sing the third above the melody, and then sometimes I sang with the sopranos till my voice changed, then I still sang alto, then baritone,
Yeah.
and now my range is. But all those hymns in the hymn book, man, I would listen to my dad find a part, and I'd follow him.
Oh yeah, that's
he-
cool.
Then the third below is always interesting to find. That's that lower range. It gets lost in the monitors when you're doing something live.
I bet.
A lot of cats I play with, if they're playing we used to play with a drummer, and John Rife, awesome drummer, awesome singer. He would sing a lot of the low third harmonies, and he would have his ears dialed in where he could hear himself real well. And, yeah, it was-
It's amazing.
So Drew, you've had Danny on the show before.
Yes, sir.
What's your usual go-to kind of script, if you will, for what you like to learn from an artist is what on your show? Without giving too much away, I want folks to tune into your show, Defining Audacity, radioshow.com.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you exactly. I mean, the format every week is pretty much the same, especially if they're somebody like Danny that's an up-and-coming singer-songwriter. I want to hear their story.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about them. Danny is from Glen Rose. He's an electrician in Glen Rose. I say he's the most talented electrician in Somerville
Right.
County. And but I wanted to hear his story, so he told me his story, and then we talk. That leads into a conversation about goals, dreams, and aspirations. I think Danny and a lot of singer-songwriters on the scene right now are so talented. They just need a little bit of confidence and a little bit of a break. And I think what he's doing with the Music Quest Singer-Songwriters Showcase, that could be that little break that he's looking for.
Right.
You know, that little boost of confidence that he needs. I mean, you guys just heard. I mean, he's
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
For a guy that's not doing it full time. I mean, how many hours a week you work?
At least 40. Yeah.
Sometimes more than that, you know, and then
Yeah.
he's, trying to make music at the same time. So just think if he put all of his time and effort into music, how wonderfully great he could be. So I think getting a little bit of confidence, getting a break, possibly the Music Quest being that thing, I think
Right.
sky's the limit for Danny. And I was talking to his wife the other night, and I said, we need to get this guy gigging. We need to get him out playing. More people need to hear Danny Sheffield play.
Gigging frogs.
What's that?
Gigging
We
frogs.
used to gig frogs in Tennessee.
Yeah.
At night with a flashlight
Yeah.
on the end of a trident.
Yep.
You guys are
ever done
country.
that?
No, I grew up in
man.
South Dallas,
we
man.
were
We were
talking.
gigging
frogs.
frogs.
I lived in Waverly.
We lived in Waverly, Tennessee.
So yeah,
It's down the road.
flip gigging where you get the surgical tubing and anyways.
Mike,
No, I never did that.
Mike is judging you guys right now.
Yeah, where you pull it
I'm
back.
not
and
judging
let go.
Yes, he
anyone.
is.
No,
It's kinda
He's like,
like
what?
a spear gun for
Kind
sure.
of, yeah, but it's like a hillbilly spear gun.
Now, what do you throw that thing in a piece of conduit or something?
No, but you'd be throw it in a conduit. What are you talking about? Anyways,
So it's actually like a bow and arrow kind of thing.
well, you tie it to the end, and then you pull it up and you hold the tension on it, and then you kind of let go of the rod itself, but hold on to the tubing, so it launches.
Oh
it.
yeah, okay, yeah. No, we never did that. We never had surgery.
It's for you got to have a mask. It'd be kind of snorkeling to a degree.
Right, yeah,
So-
yeah. You're kind of wading in there and
Yeah, you're getting down in there, and
flashlight, green eyes popping up.
yeah.
And sometimes you're just aiming for the eyes because you can't see them.
well, yeah, okay.
Okay, so when Mike goes
Back in the day.
when Mike
Back in
goes
the
home
days.
to the Ukraine, and they're saying, "Well, how was your trip to the United States?" That's what he's going to talk about. That
You understand what we're
conversation
talking about, Mike?
No.
It's
yeah.
people go out hunting frogs.
What's up?
What was that?
Yellow jacket. Anyways,
Yeah, I think that's a dauber.
we're in Boston County, so
basket. People, some folks hunt
Just go with it.
frogs around the ponds, big bullfrogs, and they hunt them with a trident, like little tiny
mean-
pitchfork frogs.
Like
They get-
this.
yeah, the big ones.
So they get-
No.
Oh yeah. Everything's bigger in Texas, Mike.
You got to
it
eat,
up.
man.
Yeah, and it
Wow.
fries up. It's good eating, man.
Yep.
Well, I
Definitely.
tried it frog before.
Yeah. Oh, you have?
Yeah. It was different.
It's different.
Yeah.
Kind of like chicken. Chicken.
Yeah, kind of like a chicken, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you deep fry anything, you're just gonna say it tastes like chicken. But
Yeah. But I don't think the frog I tried it was that big. It was, I think,
tiny
small one.
frogs. Yeah. Well, we try and wait till they get bigger. That way, you get a little more of a meal. You can work with that.
So we digress. When are you going to start playing gigs?
We'll
You,
see.
can, man,
I
you
need-
can dodge that question all you want, talk about gigging frogs, but
I don't know.
do you want to?
Here and there, I'm more into songwriting. I mean, I'd like to play. I'd rather be in a band, really.
Okay.
Being a featured in the spotlight guy, but I'll do whatever it takes to get to that point.
You know, bring a lot of guys and gals on the show that are probably better songwriters than they are performers.
Right.
You can do both, though.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, it's
I think
fun.
I think you're a great
Fun.
songwriter, but
Right on. Appreciate it.
don't
Means a
sell,
lot.
don't sell yourself short on the performing part of
Right
it.
on. Yeah.
Most
I'll do what it
definitely.
takes. I mean, this is fun. I love it. So.
You know what? Yeah, think about that. I mean, the Toad, Owen and Sandy book talent through here, the Toad all the time.
Yeah.
And
It's a cool joint, man.
It's a really cool joint. Yeah. And usually
Good
the
vibes.
music goes on back over in that area.
Mm-hmm.
There's a stage at the other end of the building, and they're wonderful folks. The folks at the Toad are hospitable and kind.
Yeah.
And there's so many. The spectrum of the demographic here it goes from here to there. Bikers. You got a lot of cowboys, just good folks, hardworking people.
Yeah.
But on a weekend like this weekend, Saturdays and Sundays, a lot of folks come in from out of town.
Oh, yeah.
From the Metroplex, and they'll drive in, and you got that demographic going on. But it's a good place to play.
Couple $100 and a bar tab.
Oh, yeah. Sweet.
So that makes it for a good Saturday night, in my opinion.
Right on.
So where do you live now? Not
Glen Rose.
Oh, in Glen Rose.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
that's down the road.
Yeah. Yeah, we came in the back way, actually, through Iredell.
Yeah.
It's windy and bumpy and all that good stuff, but kind of brings me back home.
The ambiance. That road is.
I'll probably go home back through Meridian because it's a lot straighter and quicker, but
Yes, it is.
a lot less work for sure. But
Yeah.
I like back roads.
Awesome. Well, that brings us to our first question of the day. I want to ask Mike the first question. This would be an interesting take on it. Mike, in your opinion, what makes a great song?
You asked the wrong person.
Well, I know. Let's get
What makes a
intake.
great song?
Yeah.
I would say the combination,
Of different
meaning and the
factors?
rhythm. I would say because the meaning without the actual rhythm don't make it sound good.
Right.
And same, you have nice music, but you have good words. So yeah, combination.
That's
I guess.
usually the going conventional wisdom is the lyrics, the melody,
Yeah.
and putting those together with your rhythm section or music, the arrangement of the song.
Yeah.
And does it speak? Is it something we can relate to? Or Drew, what makes a great song?
I think for most people, if it makes you tap your foot, it makes you say hell yeah, and it speaks to your soul, that makes a good song. For me, it is, and I'll use Drew Kennedy, singer-songwriter that I have a man crush on. I love him. If you're not familiar with Drew Kennedy, I encourage you to check him out. But when his songs, they put me at peace and give me a sense of confidence at the exact same time. That's what makes a great song. That's what talks to my soul.
It relates.
Absolutely.
You relate to it. What do you think? What, in your opinion, Danny, what makes a great song?
I'll add, what they've both said. I know a good indication is if like a toddler starts dancing. As far as the music part of it,
Yeah.
if you can make a toddler dance and get into it, then
Yeah.
that's a good song.
Yeah.
That has more to do with the, I guess, melody and
Yeah, the production.
also the rhythm.
Yeah.
But and if it conveys a emotion. I mean, most of the time I like to stay positive, so I like uplifting music. But there's every once in a while you want something. Maybe you're feeling a different mood, but you can go to a song that might accentuate that. So, if it conveys or brings out an emotion in you, attachment to it, a lot of times that's spontaneous. You might be driving. Remember the first time you hear a song that really gets to you. Years go by, but then you can still remember where you were at when you first heard that song.
Right.
And if you can write a song like that just catches you in the moment, that's a good song. So, adding what they said. I mean,
Yeah, it's
There's
all
layers.
these-
layers.
There's a lot of different factors that what makes a great song. And yeah, I concur with everybody on the panel here. We officially have a panel now.
I know, I was like, wow, we graduated.
Yeah. Sure. That's well, that was our question of the day. What does
Right on.
make a great song? Because the Music Quest Singer-Songwriter Showdown, folks, happened just a couple nights ago. And Danny Sheffield was one of the finalists, and he will be moving on to the actual finals as being one of the winners of our regional competition. He's going to be here at the Horny Toad October 21st during Bacon Bash. And Danny, should you come out victorious, first place at the finals, you'll be performing a song, maybe two, on the main stage at Bacon Bash.
Who are the artists?
Clayton Landy's headlining it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He did
Cool.
last year and he was again
He-
this year. Yeah, that's
yeah.
really cool. Do you know Clayton?
No, not personally. No.
You need to meet. He's a good dude.
He's a real good guy.
Great story.
Right on.
You would really, really enjoy him. Great. I mean, fantastic singer-songwriter also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
And I guess some others as well.
all day
be
long.
announced.
Yeah, starting around 4 o'clock, I believe they'll open up the street and to the general public.
I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look the lineup
There'll be
up.
other folks getting here so much sooner, setting up all of their different bacon things.
Oh yeah.
Mike Bacon Bash is a party about bacon. Are you familiar with? We talked about it a little bit. There's a big party in October, and there's all things bacon. And you buy a ticket. The tickets are about $50, and I got to tell you, that's worth it. Case closed. It's worth it. And you just go from booth to booth, and there's I didn't even count. Matt, how many of it? 20, 30? How many vendors? 40 vendors, all things bacon. Like some of them have an entire plate of stuff that you can have, and bacon is in the ingredients of just about everything. There's bacon wrapped bacon. Get out. Newsflash. If you show up at the Toad, until when, Matt? You can
Through
still
September
get
5th.
through September 5th. That is, you got 3 days.
It's a Labor Day sale.
It's a Labor Day sale going on right now, folks. You can get your Bacon Bash tickets for $40 instead of $50. That is a 20% savings, and that's my math. It's probably even more if somebody else does the math. That's a lot of percentage. I mean, that's a percentage you can do a percentage of, and I mean, just think of the percentage that you're saving.
Yeah.
It's $10. I don't want to say percentage. I did it. That's $10, and $10 right now can usually buy about 4 gallons worth of gas, depending on where you're at in the hill country, and if gas is even available. And so, Bacon Bash going on October 21st. Mike, I wish you were staying until Bacon Bash. You're thinking about it. So here's a question, Mike. Right now, when you leave here, when are you going to be leaving Texas?
Tuesday.
You'll be flying back eventually. Your final destination is?
Well, on Tuesday it will be final Sacramento, but in November going back to Africa.
So in November, what's the weather like in the part of Africa you're going to be in?
Hot, super hot,
Super hot.
super hot.
So it'll be summertime down there.
Yes, November, December, January. It's a summertime
Right
in
now
Africa.
it's kind of spring, late spring.
Yeah, but it's still hot.
Still hot.
Yeah, it's still hot.
When we say hot, how hot is it going to be in the part of Africa? What part of Africa are you going to be in?
Well, I'm by the Lake of Victoria,
Okay.
so it's pretty humid.
So all that moisture just gets into the air.
Yes, and the main problem there is almost nowhere air conditioning.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard because like it takes a while for you to get used to it. To that from USA, like you got to like cool down every time you need it to. There is no place
That
for
luxury
that in
doesn't
Africa
exist there.
every time. Yeah.
How hot is it there? And check our
Well,
Fahrenheit
it all
conversion.
depends on the season. Like right now, it should be about 90 degree,
Fahrenheit. And then in
Yeah.
November it'll be
100 and more.
101,
Yeah, 100 and more.
100 plus.
Yeah,
And the humidity's 100%.
that's terrible. Like usually, I take one or two
Happy
t-shirts
Thanksgiving,
extra
man.
with me.
Wow. Transformingafrica.info. Transformingafrica.info, folks. That's where you can find Mike and his contributions. That charity, that organization that he works with, Mike Resnick, originally from the Ukraine,
Yes,
but you do life-changing work in Africa,
Yeah,
working with in orphanages and with children.
orphanages. Like we have our own orphanage we established last year, so we not just help somebody. We actually like have the orphanage physically. We have the kids
Sure,
physically.
yeah. You have the
and
facility and everything.
Facility and everything. Yeah. So
Wow. Quite a humanitarian.
welcome to Africa, guys.
Yeah.
One day, everyone.
Yeah. I'd love to go.
Oh, let's ride.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fun.
Now, when you say Africa to folks here in Central Texas, we're thinking safari.
All
We're thinking coming back with something to hang on the wall.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
usually when we have like somebody's coming from USA, there is safari.
If there's a safari, usually is there a local safari outfitter?
Well, there is like a couple options. Like the nearest option will be about 3 hours drive.
Oh, that's easy. Yeah. Well, maybe not there. We're thinking 3 hours here. That's like driving to Dallas-Fort Worth area.
3 hours there is like, I don't know, 100 miles maybe.
Okay.
So-
Yeah.
Then, but there is other like larger safaris. Like you drive 6-7 hours, and you can spend a couple days inside of that safari, not going even out, and you can see all kind of animals, the wild, and like all of them are wild, you know. So it's pretty cool.
What are some of the animals? Let's say if someone showed up there, what on that 3 hour away safari? What are some of the animals that folks hunt for?
No, for hunting you're not actually allowed like easily.
So we're viewing safari.
You can view and you can take pictures.
Right.
I never done hunting in Africa, so I even can't answer that. But you can see the lions. Actually, it's the best, I think, animal you can ever see it in life. I like it. It's like, oh my! When you see the lion like next to you, couple of meters, it's super cool. Actually, one time we drove just nearby the capital of Kenya, Nairobi. It was like 2 a.m. I picked some people from airport and we've been driving back. So we drove there. That road that nothing special was there, and we see that 3 lions just pass the road in front of us. 2 a.m. nobody's there. It was like amazing. Like it's huge. It's so like brave and proud.
Yeah.
Like it's cool.
2 a.m. around here, all we get's feral hogs crossing the road. Yeah. 10 or 12 of them.
Right. Watch out.
Wow.
I bet they were hunting. Oh, the lions. I bet the lions were hunting.
Were they hunting at that time of night? Were they out looking for food?
The lions, they didn't look hungry because they just passed through the road and they seen us. But I seen before on safari some lions, and some of them was like super aggressive. Like you can't get out of you can't get out of the car if you see the lion.
Right.
You have to be in the car.
Yeah, there's no fences.
There is no fences, so you have to be in the car.
That's a good policy.
yeah. Like somebody just throw something out of the car, like piece of paper or something, and lion become like a super wild. Everyone just close the windows and everything. The sound of his voice, it's so like powerful, I would say. That's cool.
Woo! You want to go, don't you?
I wouldn't mind going. It's not high up on my list, but I wouldn't mind going. I think it'd be really cool.
What about you?
Oh, I'd love it.
Yeah, it's different. It's anytime you go overseas and you get to see a different way of life, it makes you realize, first of all, how blessed we are in America.
Yeah.
I mean, we have so much riches. My 2 boys and I were representing Troop 376, the Boy Scouts, yesterday evening and this morning, packing up Hurricane Harvey relief supplies over at the Clifton Armory, and it was really good to see folks just bringing in load after load of stuff, and this morning we couldn't even hardly keep up with just bringing in the stuff and then immediately organizing it, shipping it back out onto trucks and trailers and stuff. Wow. It let me know America has been blessed.
Oh, yeah.
We have so many things that God has graced us with. When you go overseas and you see other nations, and you realize that, and you realize also the things that really are important in life. That some things that we put high on the list over there, and in a lot of these nations, it's simply survival.
Yeah.
And you could probably, I know you can speak to that more than I ever could.
Excuse me?
You can speak to that more than I ever could. I mean, I've seen some different nations, but the type of environment you're describing, I've not lived in, but you've lived in that for how many years now?
2 years now.
2 years.
No, it's completely different than America or Ukraine. Is even not close. Is not. It's far away. Like what I told you before about the kids, but also, like, can you imagine like 3 years old child you get into the orphanage, and he can eat food non-stop because like they have a feeling like I have food right now, but tomorrow I might not.
They're so accustomed to that.
They will eat. Like they will non-stop, and I will tell you, I seen them eating triple what I can. This kind of 3-4 years old kids, they ate triple what I can eat. I can eat that much, and it's huge. So that life is different. The goals is different.
Yeah, right. Just their daily life is so different than our to-do list from day to day in many nations.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about Texas Big Star Live, the show. We're able to connect with folks like Mike, folks like Drew and Danny, and internationals, folks here. And it's just like a slice of life. You never know what's going to happen on the show and what you're going to see or hear. But it's a cool show.
A box of chocolates.
It is like a box of chocolates, which sounds good right about now. Mm-hmm. Wow. Drew, what you got coming up on your schedule? What are things happening with Defining Audacity?
Like I said, on Sunday we have our 2-year anniversary show. Our 2 guests are Miss Natalie Riggs. She's the wife of Sam Riggs. She's a videographer, photographer. She's a stud. And then we also have Mr. BJ Barham, the frontman for American Aquarium. He'll also be on my show. Got the chance to interview him last night. See American Aquarium live in Stephenville. They're phenomenal. If you're not familiar with American Aquarium, let them melt your face. They are great. And then we're doing our live audience show out at LC Ranch, which is between Granbury and Toller. We have a great show this weekend with Josh Weathers. Josh does a lot of stuff over in Africa as well, feeding children and putting clothes on their back. Really neat, and we'll benefit his nonprofit at our show. So that's a neat thing. And then we have some big news coming up in October. So I can't say what it is right now, kind of like you guys couldn't tell me what was going on earlier.
Sure, yeah.
But we may have a new opportunity to move our live audience show to a really cool venue. So, and then we're also talking about turning the Defining Audacity radio show into a TV show.
There you go.
So we're working on that proposal right now with actually Natalie Riggs and see if we can get that done. We want to help people mark stuff off their bucket list, singer-songwriters on the Texas music scene.
Right.
Sit down, talk to them, find out what it is they want to do, and then actually take them and go mark it off. Absolutely.
Fulfilling a need and a service. That's good, man.
It's neat. I love it. Fires me up.
That's yeah. For those who don't know, Drew does a show, a live show from the LC Ranch. I don't know if we have any YouTube links to that. Maybe we can talk about it. It's really cool. It's cool. It's the televised version, if you will, of the radio show. But you said your 2-year anniversary. That's going to be on the radio.
Yes, that's our two-year studio show. 2-year anniversary for our studio show.
Yeah. Cool. Danny,
Yes, sir.
what you got going on?
Looks like I'm gonna start gigging here pretty quick.
You need to.
Yeah.
You need to.
See, I've got a couple of songs I've been working on, so stuff's been popping out of the, falling out of the sky. So I'm just trying to catch it,
Right.
get it.
right. Do you? We still have some time if you wanted to grace us with another tune. If you had it. If not, we'll definitely have you come back and
Okay.
do it sometime.
All right.
What do you think?
We do one more.
I would love for you to do another song.
Hey, don't take off too quickly because we had a couple of pictures we were going to show people from the other night, I think. Jake, are we up for pictures?
We got some shots from the Music Quest singer
Yeah, we had a
songwriter
gentleman
showdown.
who we took a bunch of pictures ourselves. I haven't processed those yet, but these were taken
Yeah,
from a
there's
guy
Larry
named
Davis.
Scott Cook. That's our local favorite,
There's
Larry.
Terry
That's
Moore.
not Larry. Little behind.
That's Terry Moore.
Terry Moore. And then there's our buddy Matt Smith, who won the thing. And then there he is.
Recognize that guy. That's a great shot.
One more, buddy. There he is.
There he is.
Looking awfully serious.
I was.
You got the serious look happening.
Yeah.
Scott Cook is a
Trying to
fantastic
find that
photographer.
chord.
There he is. I put his website up there
Yeah,
for
he's
him.
phenomenal.
So he's a nice guy. He took a bunch of pictures. He said, use these all you want. Just, I like some credit. Well, I don't know how to give you much better credit than that right there, buddy.
Look at that.
In
What
big
town? What
letters.
town is that? Just on the other end of the Milky Way. Did you see that shot?
That's pretty. He's got a bunch of really
I think
nice.
that's
Gabe
Mexico.
probably knows.
Is it now?
I think they're in Big Bend.
So I wanted you to. We wanted to show that before you took. Are you getting ready to take off?
Huh?
No,
It's
he's
really
gonna
loud.
sing another song.
Oh, good. Because see, it was getting loud. I couldn't hear what you were saying.
Yeah, Danny's gonna get to the mic and sing another song for
And
us.
when you're doing that, I wanted to talk. I talked to Mac about what's going on. So I have a bunch of information I want to share. If it's okay.
When he comes back.
While he's setting
I'm
up.
setting up.
Yeah.
So that's okay. So Mac Abernathy and I chatted on the phone a second ago, and basically, we were going to be talking on the phone tonight about him being here tonight. But he's here tonight at the Horny Toad from 7 until 9 p.m. Like I said, it's always a fun time here at the Toad on when Mac's here. But then on the 6th, he has got his own singer-songwriter competition going on at the backyard. Bar, Stage, and Grill in Waco, Texas.
Yeah.
So that's going on the 6th. And then on the 9th, he is doing a thing at the Rockin' A Ranch. And if you go to the Rockin', Jake, is there any way we could put, there you go, macabernathy.com. If you go to his website, he's got a calendar. So if you go to September, you can find links to all this stuff. So he's doing a thing at the Rockin' A Ranch. I think that's in Clifton, and you can go to there and request tickets for that. And then he's at the Brazos Biker Bash in Waco on the 16th of this month. So all that information is on his website. So, like I said, we were going to have Mac on today just to talk. He was a judge at the songwriter competition we did on Thursday night. He sang a song for us. We've enjoyed hanging out with Mac. I want to say thank you and just let everybody know he's here tonight. So, I'm sorry we weren't able to get him on, but
MacAbernathy.com.
I want to make sure you had that information. So that's
Awesome.
what I had. There's my little ad for Mac.
That's good. We like Mac, showing Mac some love. Well, folks, Danny Sheffield is here. He's going to grace us with one more tune. Is this a new one you've been working on, Danny, or something that's been in the hopper for a while?
It's pretty new. I guess you'd call it finished, but it's called Nobody's Home. It's just a funny stab at country music. Just more like an exercise song,
Right.
as far as songwriting. Just
Awesome.
like a lap around the around the field. Anyways, this is called Nobody's Home.
Nobody's home.
There used to be a rug that said welcome home. Now the door's wide open and the dog is gone. An uneasy feeling is coming down my bones. Lights are on, but nobody's home. So I went down to the go-go to have a drink. I ran into a friend there, one I hadn't seen. He said, boy, what's with you? They don't mean to stare. The lights are on, but nobody's there. Nobody's there, nobody's home. The cupboard's bare, all the love is gone. There's no more roll in my rocking chair. The lights are on, but nobody's there. So I went down to the courthouse to sell some things. Took all my carpet and the kitchen sink. A man there said, mister, you got us scared. The lights are on, nobody's there. Nobody's there, nobody's home. The cupboard's bare, all the love is gone. There's no more roll in my rocking chair. The lights are on, nobody's there. So yeah, that's
I like it.
Thanks, sir. So that's a new one. I'm still, as you can tell, getting crossed up on a little bit, but
No, you know what?
Just
I
wanted
was
to
sitting there
share that.
listening to that. I was singing harmony over here.
how are you?
Oh, yeah. That, I like him.
You got a good style,
like you
buddy.
too.
I mean, it's
I
feels
can-
right.
I can, and please understand, I have no pull, sway, or otherwise in the judging of the Music Quest singer-songwriter.
We've gone
showdown.
way out of our way to
Yeah, I
make
would.
sure that's
Yeah.
the case.
They've
You might get in
excluded me,
trouble.
as they should.
Yeah.
My kids can't even join it. But that has a cool. It is country,
Yeah.
but it
it's-
reminds me of Mont Eagle Mountain up there, man. That reminds me of some hillbilly.
hillbilly.
Just the vibe of it.
Huh?
Just the vibe of the
Oh,
song
yeah.
reminds me of
Yeah,
of
the melody. Some of
Tennessee.
it, you know, it's
It's got some grass on it. What we call it a
Yeah.
grasser feel.
Grass.
It
There you
can,
go.
yeah, bluegrass. I mean,
yeah, right.
awesome.
So, yeah, I just want to share that. I've got others. I'm saving some of the, I would consider better ones. I don't know, for the finals. So
Sure.
don't want to let the cat out of the bag yet.
I've done this before. I have actually started and had the inspiration to finish songs while I'm playing them out in gigs. Introduce them and kind of have a verse or two,
Yeah.
and then kind of throw it out there, and people respond. And I go, yeah, I guess I'll go home and work on that some more. And I've actually played the song again and gone, let me think of some lyrics real fast for this and just try it, see what it feels like, and finished them, and then tweaked it after the fact. And there's something about that, for me, it's me, the pressure of it brings me up to this level of completion of, it's just a weird thing. I wouldn't recommend it at certain audiences when you kind of, at some point you want to have a song finished and completed.
Yeah.
You're playing Carnegie Hall. Excuse me as I write this verse. You
Right.
don't want-
That was good, man.
It was great.
Thank you.
Enjoyed it.
Danny Sheffield, everybody. He is,
That was it? That was the
Yeah.
last one?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
believe
All right.
so. Yeah.
So.
Leave
Danny
one
will be.
more, buddy. You did it.
Yeah. No, it's. I just want to say, doesn't this look like Paul McCartney?
Yes, that's what I always say. It's just our Mexican Paul McCartney, man.
Yeah, I dig that. I'm gonna take it home.
Well, you might have a fight on your hands if you try to take that home. Take a
that's
picture
pretty
home.
sweet. There you
yeah,
go.
not this picture, but a
Right, yeah,
digital
yeah.
image of this various.
Snapshot.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
Thank
yeah.
you, buddy. That was
Thanks,
fun.
Danny.
Thank y'all.
Thanks for coming. Yes, sir. Oh, goodness. So, guess what?
Oh, I can't imagine.
I say that because I know he's going to respond that way, and he should. I mean, it's an appropriate response. Sure. This guy is like bouncer city all day long.
I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm on the radio. That's what I do on the radio.
You're supposed to do. You're supposed to do this. What do I do?
The whole
with
time
my-
you guys are talking, I'm supposed to do this? That's awkward. Just go ahead. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll do this.
Here's one for you. This is from the Carson and the Benny Goodman. Is it Benny Goodman show? Benny, what's his name?
I'm so sorry.
No,
I
it's,
suggested that he do that. You know,
Can I stop
somebody-
now?
Yes, you can stop now. Somebody who runs a mile every day, I'm assuming you could do that for a long time.
You can always do this. Yeah.
Yeah, that was already suggested. I could go back to doing that. But again,
you
being
can
on
do-
the radio,
You can do the psych. You can do that. Look at this.
I like this one.
That's very.
Makes my arms look big too on the monitor.
Makes your arm. Yeah. Got some. He's
I've
got
been-
guns.
Like I've been working on the biceps.
Drew's got guns.
No, I don't.
How you do?
It's all relative, dude. You've got guns as far as I'm concerned.
So what were you going to talk about? What were you going to tell
Oh,
them?
I was just going to basically say we had two things that I thought would be kind of fun. Is we have our friend Ray Lee. Thought we could maybe go play Cutthroat with the Ray Lee, you and I.
Oh yeah.
And get
Play pool.
we get JB on here. JB hasn't
Yes.
been online, and you need to talk to him about school starting up. I mean, generally this is like
This has been the first week of school right here at the Cramples Gap Independent School District.
So I
My
figured
son Blake is
we could
enjoying
go
it.
play Cutthroat. You could get an update from JB, and then
Yeah.
JB loves to commentate when we play pool.
Yeah.
So are those
This is
cameras
Texas
working
Big
over
Star
there,
Live
JB?
8-ball
Are they
showdown.
working over there? Yeah. Well, it's not.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, let's
will
do it.
say this: I'm pretty much convinced that what we're going to do at some point this fall is that we're going to talk to all of the old crew, and I think one of these weekends when we're not doing a Saturday show, I think we need to come up here, get a couple of musicians, and get our pool tournament back on Sunday afternoons. Kind of laid back. It's a lot of fun though. And what do you think about that, Brian? I mean, does that sound doable?
I'm down for that.
Yeah. And
I
it's just
kind
all
of miss
about
the old crew. I miss seeing Clayton. Miss seeing Todd. Of course, I tried to get in touch with Ricky Petty to give us the hog report last night, but my Facebook Messenger does not work on my phone anymore.
I'm sorry.
But I think he was going to be out of town. But I do want because we ran
I
into a
think
couple
I
of
saw
hogs.
somebody on Facebook say, "Hey, man, I got a bunch of hogs in my front yard."
Well, there's
Can
a
you
couple
come
of
take
dead
care
ones
of 'em?
down off of down the road on the way to Clifton. There's a couple of them.
Oh, yeah,
and then there's a couple of dead buzzards.
All right, so Jake went
met
with
their
me
match.
up to Dallas on Wednesday. Okay, the singer-songwriter competition's on Thursday, right? We have this massive Honda TV commercial shoot in Dallas on Wednesday. And to be clear, I'm happy to have the work. As a freelancer, when the work comes in, you take that work. So it was a good job, okay? It was a long, hard day. We got up at 3:30 to get up there at the appropriate time. And if Jake hadn't been with me, we might not have made it, or I might not have made it, because he spotted this hog in the middle of the road at like 3:45, 3:50, probably a few seconds before I would have, and by the time I would have seen it, it would have been over. So, yeah, they're
thought
all
you were
over the
gonna-
place.
I thought you
They're
were
moving.
talking about the gig.
What are you driving? What are you riding in? A Suburban?
Expedition.
No,
FBI
it still would've done
wagon.
Some damage.
Yeah, it would have
They're
definitely
they're
hurt.
like bears.
Well, the thing is huge. It was a big one. Well, actually, I've seen bigger ones than that, but that was the size that was, that bowling ball center of gravity thing. It would have been pretty. So I was very, very happy he was with me for a lot of reasons, but that was one of the main ones is that I made it there. So I'm thinking we play Cutthroat. You know how to play Cutthroat, right?
Yes, but I've got to go.
Oh, you got to go.
I've got to go.
Oh,
I am
crap.
taking my
Okay.
son to the Ranger game tonight.
Yes,
Well, then you
sir.
need to get out of here.
We've got to get there early for the bobblehead.
Yeah.
and,
Okay, so you take
get
off.
a cold beer. So I apologize. I have to take a rain
it's
check
good.
on that.
I'm really happy. We've talked about you coming more than once. I think.
Absolutely. I'm glad. I appreciate you guys having me and supporting what we're doing on the Defining Audacity radio show and
.com.
just everything that you guys have done, and let us be kind of part of Music Quest, letting us bring those
Better believe
singer-songwriters
it.
on if they win a regional competition. And if they win the whole thing, we're going to bring them on a live audience show of the Defining Audacity
Definitely.
radio show.
I sure hope so.
It'll be
great.
neat. Now, if Danny wins, he's already been on the show, but
We'll do it again.
bring him on again.
Do it again.
So
New material.
all your people know where to go on our website. I can't talk straight. MusicQuest.TexasBigStar.com. It's where people can still register because we still have the 3 dates that are still.
Yes,
and
indeed.
We tweaked our registration dates. We pushed them back a little bit because this first time we were concerned about having enough time to make sure everything was right, and we've got plenty of time. So we opened up the registration deadlines a little bit, and so it shouldn't be a problem to get into Denton, New Braunfels, or Abilene. So
That's awesome. I think it's great what you guys are doing for these singer-songwriters. There's a bunch of them. There are a bunch.
Bunch.
it was
Well,
really
Drew,
enjoyable. I mean, it's
Good.
let's just say everybody did a good job the other night. They did. But you can also see some people are just more comfortable with it than others. You know what I mean? And that's that
comes with the
pressure
territory.
applied appropriately in a friendly environment. We're wanting them to succeed.
Right.
And so if somebody's a little nervous about doing it, I think our competition is going to be one of your more friendly options to actually get out there and give it a shot because we're all about them succeeding.
Sure.
This is not some cutthroat, even though it's called the Showdown because it sounds good.
Yeah.
But it's not like
the
brutal.
experience of doing these. I spoke with some of the contestants that didn't make it into the finals. Just the experience alone is educational, and you get to see video of yourself after the fact, and you can critique yourself, and that's invaluable for an artist. It's invaluable.
I think the competition aspect of it also is invaluable because they get to see exactly where they are. They see a Danny perform or a Matt Smith perform, and they're like, "Oh, I've got a lot of work still left to do."
Yeah.
I think that is good, and if they really want it, it will make them better.
Yep, that's true. It's true.
One of the things that struck me is, like I said, there were some really, really good songs and some good performances in as much as they were giving it and they were presenting it and they were feeling it. But, I mean, you got to get your pitch correct. You got to get your rhythm correct. It's that overall bundle. That takes
whole thing.
practice. And some people, they just need to go get some voice lessons, not because they can't sing, but to sing really well.
Yeah.
This voice, it's breath control.
Projection,
it's all kinds
enunciation,
of stuff.
all
It's
these
a real
different
art. And so, yeah,
the
it's
more you
good.
do it,
So
the better
thank
you
you
get
so
at it.
much, buddy, for being here.
Thanks, Matt. I appreciate it. Brian, thank you so much.
Thank
If
you.
there's anything we can do for you guys, just let us know.
Appreciate it. Drew Myers, everybody.
See ya.
Go ahead and skip, dude, if you need to. Don't forget that card. The DefiningAudacityRadioshow.com. That's where you can find Drew. And great guy. Helping out singer-songwriters here in the Central Texas area. JB, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Brian? Long time no see. And by long time no see, I mean long time no see on the show.
There you go. I'd say I've seen you for a few hours now.
Yeah.
Working hard. In a minute, Matt, I think is still going to play pool.
I do
You and
believe so.
You and I get to chat. School started back for you.
Yes, it did. And the first week, a lot of stuff changed. And I'm a person that doesn't like change too much. But
Most folks don't.
Yeah, but as time kept going forward, I started to like it a bit more and more as the week went through.
This is a change in the general scheduling of the school day.
Yeah, general scheduling changes. There is a new pickup system that was not implemented till this year,
Yeah.
which beforehand the parents would just park in the parking lot, the kids would get in, and then
Right.
the car would leave. But with the new system, everyone waits in line.
Yes, they do.
And basically all the kids wait on the pavilion, I believe is the correct term for where it is. And basically whenever the kid's parents' car gets here, they just escort them to the car, and then they drive out in an orderly fashion.
Yeah. And I was part of that car line the other day, and I was worried because, I taught at a private school in Tennessee for 4 years. And we had car line. As teachers, I had to work the car line. And I got to tell you, the car line at Cranfield's Gap is a cakewalk compared to the hour-long pickup process that I was accustomed to. Now, granted, the school in Tennessee did not have the amount of real estate to actually let the cars turn around like
Really
that.
not.
Well, they had lanes and parking. It was paved, and you had to stay within the curb.
But meanwhile,
I was worried
at the
the other
Gap-
day. I was picking up Blake, and Blake's excited. He's in 8th grade. He's really excited about playing football. And so went to pick up Blake, and I was with Bryce, my other son. I said, we're running late. It was 3:40, and school got out at 3:30. That meant, man, I'm going to be at the end of the line. This is going to be horrible. No, I got there, and the car line was done, and I pulled in. I was the last of 3 cars.
Yeah, that's
I went, and so one of the teachers comes out. We're sorry this is taking so long. And I looked at her and said, are you out of your mind? I said, what are you talking about? And I told her the story. She goes, oh, yeah. I said, this is wonderful.
Yeah, that's one of the good things about the Gap. Because of the amount of space we have and the small number of students we have, it goes by really fast.
No, it's 10 minutes long. I
Yeah.
went the other day also. It's a 10-minute car line. If you get there at 3:30. So from now on, my son Blake can bake in the sun. I'm getting there at 3:40.
But yeah,
Just saying.
as the week kept progressing, it got better and better,
Yeah.
to say the least.
I didn't realize that it was their first week to do this. I assumed they'd been doing this for years.
No, it's
Because I thought, man,
this is the very
great.
first
It's easy.
year.
Well, they make it look easy.
The only reason we can do this is because of the fantastic teachers that we have manning this car line.
You got some great folks there, and they love those kids, and they're so kind and considerate. And Blake, I asked him his first day of school, so what'd you like about school? And he said, I like PE. So what else you like? I like lunch. We had corn dogs, and you could go back for seconds. What? Says, anything else? I like football. Oh, shop. So he's just stoked about, PE, shop, football, and lunch. Sometimes that's all you need in life. If Barry
Yeah.
Fikes were here, he would agree.
Yes,
Pretty
he would.
much that all you need is football. It's good. We are ready to begin the Texas Big Star Live 8-ball showdown. No.
And here we have Ray Lee.
Ray Lee is setting up for the break.
So we'll have to talk about that. And Ray Lee sets up the break, and he
cracks him. And looks like, is that the 6? Can't tell. That's the 8-ball. Is that the 8-ball? No. Is that
I believe that might be the 6.
That's the 6, right on the cusp, right on the precipice of dropping.
If a fly would have flied near it right then, would have gone in. No issue.
Well, that leaves the table open for Matthew. Nothing dropped, plenty of real estate. All he has to do is a B&H maneuver, a bang and hope, and anything getting near that 6. I think it's a 6. He's going to make that happen. And
Nothing falls
came
from
near
that.
it. So, Ray Lee will begin the process of using gravity and some skill to let the spheres fall into the appropriate pockets.
Ray Lee greatly considering a shot.
Yeah, Ray Lee knocking the one ball out of his way.
And
Nothing again.
fell.
Matt is going to handily drop that ball there. Yeah, it needs to go.
And the
Hanging out
6 is
too long.
dropped.
Like a dog on your porch that isn't your dog. It's been hanging there too long.
So now, the way it looks, Matt is solids, Ray Lee stripes.
That is solid. Does he squeak by the, what is that, the 12? No,
Just
does not.
missed it.
Just missed it.
Ray Lee lines up another shot, going for the striped ball into the side pocket. Nails the shot with great efficiency. Ray Lee lines up another shot. Another great shot by Ray Lee. Just missed the bank shot. This will give Matt an opportunity to reply.
One over there.
Matt lines up for the orange or yellow, whichever one. Just missed. There was a bump in the camera. Don't pay attention to it. Ray Lee going for a good shot, but nothing fell.
Once again, nothing.
If you ever why I don't solo commentary, this is why.
5. Did you see how they came back?
Matt put just a bit too much angle in that shot, resulting in only a side to side. Ray Lee lining up the shot. Great shot by Ray Lee. And nothing fell for Ray Lee.
Yep. 7
Matt lined up to take the shot. It'll be a difficult shot from this perspective. Hello, Dylan.
How's it going, JB?
Hey, thank you for saving me because I'm terrible at single person commentary.
Yeah,
It's not like I have a YouTube channel or anything.
yeah, but it's a different kind of game. Live commentating is a little different.
Yeah.
But what do we? It's just a one-on-one with.
A one-on-one, Matt versus Ray Lee. Matt is shooting.
He's going for the solids.
Yep. Matt is solids, Ray Lee is stripes, and
He's a little behind. Yeah, Rayleigh's only got 3 balls left. It looks like Matt has around. Yeah, it looks like.
Matt
No, he has 4.
sinks
It's about.
another.
It's a close game. It looks like it's around 4 to 5.
It is a
balls.
relatively close game. Matt goes for a 2 and only succeeds to sink one of Ray Lee's.
It's not great.
Ray Lee's going for a stretch shot. Maybe a
Gonna
combo.
get that green stripe. Oh,
Oh, nothing.
not so.
fell. Bless you, Dylan.
Dude, my allergies are starting to act up again. It's getting into fall, or it's getting close.
Yeah, I know that feeling oh too well. Allergies have been kicking my butt lately.
I just noticed it last night.
Ooh,
There's a lot
a
of shots that aren't
powerful
working
shot
out.
that was missed by Matt Wallace. Good shot by Ray Lee. But has he set himself up for a shot into the side pocket?
Even for the far corner pocket. Oh no, he's going for a side. Ooh, not enough.
Not enough curve on that. Today shows that everybody needs to stay in geometry.
Yep.
Hey, you
Physics.
keep your angles to yourself, Jake. All right, what did I miss? Did Rayleigh shoot? Or is Matt still shooting?
We got Matt going for a solid. What's he going for? This
I believe he might be going for a cut into the bottom left. Oh, never mind. He was going for the bottom right. Matt has Rayleigh pretty much blocked from receiving that orange striped. But however, there is the one next to the wall that he could potentially make. Oh, just missed. And the cue ball is sunk.
Avoided a scratch, but another ball came in and tapped it in.
Matt setting up the ball behind the line.
Go for that red solid right next to the corner pocket. And he's going to tap it in.
And a good
Nice shot.
tap by Matt.
Covered some distance there.
Now he's going for the bright red. Will it fall? It does.
That is set him up for the 8th ball in the far corner pocket.
Matt
Will
Wallace
he finish
may
the
have
game?
won this game, and he has, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to J. Matt Wallace for winning this game of pool.
Very nice.
How's it go?
Very nice. Might head back over here. Not sure what's going on.
All we know is that this has been the commentary team at Texas Big Star Live for your Texas Big Star
Yeah.
8-ball
If
show.
you'd like to hire us for your party or event, we'll commentate on whatever's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Just give us a call.
We'll commentate anything for
Just
the
your
right
average, your
amount.
everyday life, we can narrate it for you. You want us to follow you around, bring a portable PA system, and be like the real deal.
If you want one of us to sound like Morgan Freeman, we can try. No success, probably.
I probably won't try to do that, but if you want to.
I mean, I'll try.
The only impersonation I can do is a character from Lord of the Rings that I don't really want to do on this show right now.
Are you talking about Gollum?
It gets a little weird.
Are you talking about Gollum?
Yeah, that is what I'm talking about. Gollum, otherwise known as Smeagol, the original finder of the One Ring to rule them all.
Originally a hobbit, if I remember correctly.
It's something similar to a hobbit. I think that is right. I'm not sure if he was actually... It was like an ancestor to a hobbit. I'm not sure. It's been a while. I read all those books a few years ago again. But let's see, what's going on right now? Looks like we are setting up for another game. Are they going to get Mike involved, it looks like?
There is one of two possibilities. Either it's going to be a game between Rayleigh and Mike, or it's going to be a game of Cutthroat.
Could be a game of Cutthroat.
That would probably be the most interesting thing to see, in all honesty.
All right, we're starting us off.
A good break by Rayleigh, dropping the blue.
We got Brian joining us on the commentating team over here. And Matt.
got
And
Rayleigh
so we have
and
Rayleigh versus
Mike.
Mike. Okay.
Rayleigh and Mike. Rayleigh is
Jumped the ball just a bit too hard
all
there.
playing a role of Sir Skip-a-Lot in the Horny Toads version of Pool-a-Lot.
So is that last game as painful over here as it was over there? Or more?
For a little while, then it picked up at the end.
Yeah, there's been
There's a
varied
couple shots
degrees
in a
of
row.
pain throughout the day, but yeah.
That was...
Or no, I'm sorry, I wasn't even here. Who am I to speak?
It was pretty painful when I was just here by myself. But then Dylan came over.
Who are these?
Yeah, that's Jake for you.
Nice.
Oh. So Rayleigh.
Mike's getting the full Horny Toad experience playing pool with Rayleigh.
He is. Look at that.
Rayleigh with a shot that just missed.
I'm not sure that's what he was trying to do, though.
But if it was, that would have been impressive.
And the Mr. You know why I call him Mr., right?
Why is that, Brian?
His abbreviations are MR. He's Mr. Come on. Mr. Sinking the stripe, looking to do the same thing with, can't tell what color it is, but it's hanging out near the corner and handily does so, drops.
You know what I think? I'm pretty sure what happened. So Mike said, "No, I don't play. I haven't played in a long time." And then he watched us play, and he goes, "Oh, I can play that."
Haven't played in a long time. I have trophies from the Ukraine on my shelf. He's trying to scoot that 9 in. Look at well,
The dreaded
he's just
split.
that good.
He can sink 2 balls in one.
He can. Well, he gives Ray Lee a little breathing room. Ray Lee looking for a solid he can aim at. Looks like he's going to go for the. Is he going for the 5? He's going for the 5. He's going for big orange in the corner.
Number 5. And
Doesn't
it
find
just
the end.
misses.
He leaves room.
Let's see where Mike is getting down to get a better angle of the table.
Yeah, I am still pretty entertained by the idea that Mike's like, "Oh, I don't really play," and then you just watch him.
And then he destroys
He's got good eye. He's
I don't know that he's destroying
Is he
anybody,
doing a
but
combo?
he's okay. He's going all the way down.
Ooh, I think he
Just-
actually called that side pocket and almost made it in there.
He almost did. Just bounced out.
So I'm gonna have to watch the show later because it sounded like a couple of times today you guys were talking about stuff that I actually would like to have heard.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Yeah, well, it happens on the show sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometime.
If you asked me tomorrow, I couldn't tell you what we talked about. You know me. It's like in the moment. Looks like he's going for the for the 13, and the 13 eludes droppage.
And this gives Ray Lee an opportunity.
Yeah, Ray Lee has a lot of real estate that's out in the open, and if I know Ray Lee, he's going to use at least one good eye and knock him in. Yep, 5 ball says bye-bye. He's got his sights set on the, what is that, the 7 down there, the maroon 7, and swish, boom, baby, almost a double. The 6.
Just on the edge.
The 6 is hanging
I think
on
Mike
the
is
edge.
not long for this world.
Well, I'm hoping Mr. Mister can pull it out, but we'll see. Ray Lee is just,
He is setting up ball after ball.
well, he is. He's setting up for after the shot. He's thinking about placement, and now it's just, yeah.
Oh, unfortunate.
Ooh.
Just
Yeah.
barely. Yeah,
Does he
he
have?
can go all the way down though. He's
yeah,
good.
the 6.
It's probably not the shot he wanted.
And a misfire. What do you call that when the?
I don't know, but he did that on me a while ago. It's probably the only reason why I had a chance to come back.
He maybe done that. You think he did it on purpose?
No, I don't think so. There was a sincere look of pain.
Yeah.
Nothing falls.
You know, if I didn't know that Ray Lee was a nice guy, I'd think that was like an intimidation move right there, having your stick hovering over the ball.
Saw that. Saw that.
Ray Lee wouldn't do that though. No.
Ray Lee straight on until morning,
Having
using
some
a
issues.
combo, and he's helping Mr. Mister out there.
That appears to be a clean shot.
I don't know, man. No. Yeah, he's going to cut
Ball in
that
the corner
sucker.
pocket.
It's going to just skirt the edge of the 13, in theory. And wow, the good news is Ray Lee's going to have to really work to think of something creative for this shot on the 6.
I think he can scoot it past that stripe in the corner.
This will be an interesting shot indeed.
Woo! He's all over the board. They'll
But
back
he's-
out.
I think Mike should be pretty happy with that shot.
Because didn't it sink 2 of his?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's his shot now. Yeah, it's not lining up, Mike. You can just quit looking.
Looks like he's going for a combo. 14 to the 9.
Ouch.
And that didn't happen. Ray Lee's going straight for the corner on the 6. If he places this right, he will set himself up for a great shot on the 8 ball.
Probably not what Ray Lee wanted to get the perfect shot on that 8 ball.
Well, I think he's going to go for the corner or the corner where he's at. Let's see if he does. Yep, that's what I would have done because the 9 would be keeping you from scratching.
All right, it's Mike's to take. If he can do it.
He has to keep this train rolling.
Yes. Staring at the 10 into the side pocket, Mr. Mister with the shot.
Ooh.
He doesn't want that.
Yeah, I think we're done.
It looks like this might be game.
El partido may be coming to the finish line, folks. Ray Lee. Oh!
Ray Lee. International relations.
He's got a soft spot for the Ukrainians.
Now, where is he going to plant this shot?
Side pocket. No. Wanted to. Didn't happen. Ray Lee will now address the ball. Using the ball's proper first name, he will address the ball. Hey, you, get in there. And the 8 ball simply walks up to the front door, rings the bell, but no one's home.
Oh, my gosh.
Mike, grab some extra oxygen one more time.
Now, this is going to be an almost impossible shot for Mike to pull off.
Well, he does have the option of banking it on the eastern wall. Looks like he's trying to bank it off of the, and he does. He does, but it does not drop. Ray Lee simply has to take.
I don't think you can put it any closer to the hole without it going in.
Stroll, yeah, straight ahead stroll right down Broadway, and tag, just tag.
And that's game.
Oh!
Ray Lee victorious in this particular game. So Ray Lee's going to play you now, Matt. Is that how that's going to work? No, we're just kind of done. We're done.
We're done. I did Ray Lee to come over here and hang out. Mike's done. Ray Lee. Hey, Ray Lee. Over here, buddy. Over here. It's been a long time since we talked to Ray Lee.
It has been a while.
Let's see, man. We want to say hi. We haven't talked in a long time. We need a Ray Lee update.
Not much to talk about.
Oh, come on.
I just day for day.
So was that you being really nice to our international guest on those last couple of shots, not putting him out?
Yeah, I know. I wanted to make him, but I made it look good. I wanted to make him feel good, too.
Oh, I appreciate that, Ray Lee.
Right.
So I remember we were chatting with Steph. She was on a second ago. Remember when Hushy and Steph, you were coaching them when they were playing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate you doing that, too. That was you were giving them good advice. I don't know if they always took it. Steph, did you take Ray Lee's advice?
See, I gave my ex-wife a lot of good advice, but she didn't take it either.
So when was the last time you played? Did you play this last Wednesday?
I played Wednesday. I played real good up to the last 3-4 games.
Do you know who won?
Tommy?
Tommy won?
Tommy won.
Oh, yeah. Imagine that. He wins more than not. I mean,
he and Todd was shooting real good. I mean, they went down to the finals, and it was a good game.
So I'm thinking at some time this fall, we're going to get hold of everybody. Maybe on Wednesday night we'll talk. And we're going to maybe on a Sunday up here, come up here and have a tournament again and do the show on a Sunday and just focus on some music and some pool and call it good. What do you think?
I think it'd be good. I think the players ought to get together and put it in like a $5 pot and the winner take it all. And that would be might make it more interesting.
All right. We might do that.
Yeah, and not just playing for the fun, you're going to get something out of it, when it's over with.
I think we might be able to. Content, yeah, exactly. Brian's over there eating lunch. Are you hungry, Brian?
See, 2 or 3 years ago, we played you had to win three, not tournaments, but like we play on Wednesday night.
Right.
You had to win 3 of them in a 15-game series.
Okay.
Like 6 months. You had to win 3 games, 3
Right.
deals. And we played $20 a man and winner take all. Now that got interesting.
I bet it did. Who won? Do you remember?
I don't remember who won it, but it was when you put $20 a man up and winner take all, and you got 10 players, that's $200, and man, I go grocery shopping on $200. I will get about 2 sacks, but anyway, I can still go.
Well, it's good to see you, man.
Good to see y'all.
I was out this last Wednesday working. I was happy to have a job, but I didn't get to play, so I miss you guys. And so that's part of the reason why I wanted to play. I mean, it reminded me how bad I can play, but then I looked out there at the end.
Yeah. I tell you what, man. From the first time you come in here to now, you wouldn't believe how you improved.
Yeah, well, it's not hard when you start off that bad.
I mean, yeah, we could put a fence in when you first come in here, and you still miss it, But now you're doing real good, man. I am proud of you.
Thanks, Rayleigh. Thanks a lot, man.
Y'all have a good day.
All right, buddy. Thanks
Talk to you
again.
later.
It's good seeing you, Rayleigh.
All right, Brian. So, I don't know that we ever talked about the question we were going to have today. Did y'all?
Oh, yeah.
So that was some of the stuff y'all were talking about when I was
I
not
asked
able to
Mike
hear.
and Drew, and
I'm really
and
glad.
also
So
Danny. Yeah,
I'm
we
going to go
talked
back
about
and listen to that for myself then.
Yeah.
What was the conclusion? I'm curious.
It was a myriad of different things, but some of the things that held true with everybody's opinion was, and Danny said it best, if a good song, do little children start moving their body to it? That's part. And then Mike chimed in and goes, well, really it's the lyrical content and the music has to kind of be woven together.
It's got to be a marriage
and
there.
Drew said, does it make, what Drew had a poetic, what did he say? Does it make you want to, I forget what he said now. I mean, that was before I had a meal.
Yeah, that just, you stopped, pulled up short. You said, does it make you want to, and then
I think you said maybe
your mind could go
drink
a lot
a beer and say yeehaw or something like that. Does it get you moving both mentally, physically?
Yeah.
And does it do it for you? There you have it. Can you relate to it? I think was the general consensus.
Well, I am super happy that we had Danny here today. I did not know him before the singer-songwriter competition.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that we talked about, that we were excited about even doing it this way, is because we thought we'd probably meet some really good people. And we've only had one of our 4 regional competitions, and it's already happened.
Right.
Got a new friend, got some good music. And the thing is that if you have not already, and I looked at the numbers, we don't have very many followers on Facebook. I know that not everybody's on Facebook.
Yeah.
Not everybody's on Facebook. I get that. But if you are on Facebook, we'd love for you to go to TBS Music Quest. It's facebook.com/TBS Music Quest. This TBS stands for Texas Big Star.
Right.
So if you go to TBS Music Quest and like our page, you'll get updates on what we're doing with the music.
Indeed.
And I know we've got a lot more people that have been following and talking to us about Music Quest than have liked that page. So just got to maybe remind people to do that. So thank you very much, Jake, for putting that up there. There's a visual
wasn't
reminder.
Jake. That was Dylan.
Dylan.
Because Jake's not here. I don't know where he went.
Oh, well,
He
Jake
kind of
had
just
enough.
got up and left.
Jake had enough.
Well, sometimes
Thank you, Dylan.
you got to nourish your body.
Yeah, you were eating and enjoying that, and I had you come back over.
Well, that's okay. I need some.
All right, Steph, anybody out there? Scott, we had Scott on there a little bit earlier. Scott, if you're still on there, thank you so much for your pictures. We put your
Yeah,
website
Scott, great job on that.
URL up a little bit earlier when we were looking at pictures.
Great
Thank
job.
you so much. And we really appreciate everybody. There it is again. Boy, Dylan is on it.
Scott-cook.com.
So thanks for taking those pictures for us. I wish you could be with us for all the regionals. Of course, I can't offer you any gas money. But if you want to come, you are more than welcome.
Regularly.
So, but we're going to be in Denton on the 20th, New Braunfels on the 28th, and then Abilene on the 5th. All 3 of those are really nice venues.
They're great venues, and there's still time to sign up, folks. If you know someone who is a singer-songwriter, there's no age limitation, by the way.
No, there's not. I mean, they had Jack there the other night. Our little Jack.
Jack.
Jack. What's his last name?
I just know him by Jack.
Apologies. Yeah, we just know him as Jack.
Listen, his persona alone, he doesn't need a last name.
So Jack was there, and I was thinking, why isn't he in this thing?
He's about
So-
10 or 11, maybe.
He's young, man. We've been at a number of
awesome
venues where he's
hair.
been knocking it down. So
Yeah.
There you go.
There's still time to sign up. So encourage friends, family members, cousins, nieces, nephews, children, grandchildren, whoever they are. Sign up. There's still, a good 10 days or more for signing up for Denton and then New Braunfels and Abilene. And those shows, I got to say, Matt, they're beginning to fill up. They're beginning to fill up.
Right.
So now is the time to get in.
we I hope that when you look around online and you can see some of the videos that we did from this last contest, that you will go, wow, if I can make it to that, I'm going to get a nice video out of it that's worth a lot more than
$4,000 in cash and prizes. And part of that prize is video content.
Definitely.
That's used for promotion, what most folks are wanting to get and pay thousands of dollars to be honest with you.
Yeah, a lot more. I mean, the value on that portion was very, very conservative. I'm pretty sure that what we're producing, we will be producing is a lot more than that.
Right. And then you also get, obviously, some studio time
Yep.
for a recording session for a song of yours. And that's that there again, when you're talking several
There's some
$100s
serious
per
Dublin
hour.
going out the door as well, man. I mean,
People like Dublin.
there's a lot of those cases. I mean, they're not that expensive by themselves, but a case by itself, a lot of
giving away
cases going out the door.
of Dublin for those that are finalists in the regionals as well as in the finals during Bacon Bash, October 21st, here at the Horny Toad. So sign up now. Sign up regularly. Sign up often.
So we didn't have the details. I thought Owen and Sandy were going to swing back by maybe, and they've been doing stuff with their nonprofit. Nikki Covers the Cold,
Right.
And
Nikki
they
Wants
were
the Cold,
taking
yeah.
some stuff over to Harvey relief efforts, and that's where they've been today. And we were going to have some more information. I don't have it. I'm sorry. I thought they were going to tell us themselves, but they're involved in that. Let's see what else is going on around here. We got September Fest next weekend here.
September Fest is next week.
We are not going to be doing a live show next Saturday. I think Jake's going to be out gigging. I've got a gig. Got to make some money when it comes.
I will be here, but I'll be involved in September Fest. My
Right.
sons Blake and Bryce will be the scouts carrying the flag, Texas flag, and the American flag down Main Street.
Fantastic, man. So, I want to say thank you for the people who were willing to be on the show today that we didn't get to. Miriam, I hope you're safe driving across Canada right now with Elaine.
Have fun up there, eh?
And y'all check out Mac here tonight. And like I said, we'll see you when we see you. We don't have a date for the next show. We'll be publishing that. Make sure you're on Facebook. Texas Big Star Live is the page. And like that and get notification when we say we're going to be going on. We'll post that. And thank you very much for watching.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
My girl left, my dog bit, the rain fell, my truck quit, my ship sank, my heart broke. I'm gonna sit down and rest my bones. The check bounced a second time, the lights went out, mama cried, a pot of gold, it's in the end. Buddy, that's a